Yeah. Well, yeah, Steve, thanks for setting this all up.
Hey, you're welcome. Damn, you're off. There we go. Everybody is able to control their own microphones. Maybe unlike other Zoom meetings where you're told to be quiet. This is not one of those. So it's going to be, let's see, we've got, yeah, total of all of us 6 so far. Should be more. And
hi, Marianne.
I started recording, but we'll get, we'll actually do and we'll start it, but I mean, keep talking, ignore me.
Can you hear me talk? Hi, Steve.
Hey, Laura.
Hey.
I don't see all your face.
Oh, I'm down there.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fix it. I'm sorry. There.
Hey, Marianne. I can't
muted,
hear her.
Marianne.
Oh, she's muted.
She's muted.
Hey, Marianne, turn your mute off.
The reason I'm wearing headphones is because I know that if it's trying to auto echo cancel, you may not get any sound going in either direction. So if they don't have any headphones on, that may be what they're suffering from. Zoom fixes that after a while. But.
Yeah. So where does everybody live? I live in Ohio.
I live in Fort Worth, Texas.
I'm in North Carolina.
Where?
North Carolina.
Jim and I are in Logan, Utah.
Oh, all right.
Did you hear that?
Yes, we heard that.
No.
You were alive. You live in Logan, Utah.
I am going to get some hit in my headset. Be right back.
Marianne, did you say y'all are in Utah?
Yeah.
Have you lived there the whole time?
No. We moved from Riverside around 1981 and went to Placerville, California. And went to British Columbia.
Oh, wow.
From British Columbia, we came to Logan, Utah.
Nice.
Hi, Lee.
Hey, neighbor.
Oh, my goodness.
Old neighbor.
Yes.
Pam and I were neighbors. We grew up together. Oh, there's Lee. Hey, Lee.
Hello.
Laura.
Yeah.
Oh, I have these.
Okay.
Hi, you guys. Can you see me?
Pam, did you talk Carla into logging on?
Yes.
Yeah, we can see you. You actually need to put your name on your screen. It says iPhone, which doesn't help a lot of people.
Right.
But, yeah, you can put your full name would be helpful, because when we do a screen grab later on, everybody's name will show up.
Okay. One question, Steve. Where do I put my name in?
Well, you're on a phone. Let me think about this. Let me take a look.
I didn't realize my name popped up. I said, oh, but I've Zoomed before too, so yeah, maybe that's why.
Yeah, there should be some.
Hey, Lee.
Let me log into this with my phone.
Hi, Pam.
Pam.
And I can tell you where to do it.
Pam, you can add your last name if you want.
You can do it in, I think, more.
How?
I think how.
There's Gail. Hey, Gail. It's Laura.
Hi. I don't know if it's like meeting settings or meeting settings, maybe.
I can change it for you. What is your name?
Oh.
I'm Karen. Hi. And my last name is Kaigh.
Hold on, I hit a caps lock key. Karen, what? K? Oh, Kaigh.
Yeah, K-A-I-G-H.
Okay, like that?
And then the last name's Korn, K-O-R-N.
K-O-R-N? Okay, I'll fix it.
Hey, KK.
Hey, how you doing, Pam?
Pretty good, pretty good. Hey, Gail.
Hi.
I don't know okay, how do I put my last name in? Wasn't paying attention.
Well, you go to where it says participants.
Yeah.
Click on that.
Yeah.
And your name would be on the top saying me. And then when it says more, go to more. And
all I have is invite and Alt 1. That's it. When I do the up arrow.
I don't even see
that. Somebody's playing some music.
What's that? Loud music.
Oh.
See, that's
somebody's
Anita.
making a grand entrance.
Either that or they're making margaritas in a blender. That's what it sounds like.
Anita, I just muted you.
Who was that?
Anita.
Anita.
Why? Why am I muted?
Well, you were just something was making a big grinding sound.
I don't have anything going in the background.
Okay, well it stopped.
And she's not mute, even though it shows muted.
Let me get off
muted.
Wait.
I muted her and now she's unmuted. That's good.
Oh, on my screen she shows as muted.
Is the sound still coming? Is the sound still coming? Are you getting that crazy sound?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
I hear everybody. Anita Maloney and Anita Erickson. Where's Anita Erickson?
Yeah, I don't know how to get my last name on there. So
no, when you click on participants, a side window should open to the right on your screen.
On a laptop.
Okay.
On a desktop.
On my laptop.
If you're on a phone, it's different.
Are you on a phone?
Somebody's trying to teach them.
I don't see anything.
Pam, just go ahead. I'll rename you here. Hold on. It's Pam Whitt and what's
WHITT.
Okay. That's it? No married name? Good enough. Okay.
Do I have to go out and go, that would be me.
Yeah, that's you. So, Anita Erickson, you're muted because I think you were making some noise. Let me unmute you or ask you.
Steve, I want to change my name from the Kaigh, which is Quantus. I can't find where the button is where I can change my name.
Well, I can change your name.
Well, I want it to be Lorrie, Joseph, Sterling, and Nancy. Well, put Nancy first. Nancy Bracy.
Okay, wait.
Well, I want it to be in the order that we are.
Well, actually, the order that you are right now is you are on my left and she is on my right.
Belief that civic life is strong.
Okay, well, I see her on the left and I'm on the right, just so it makes it good when you tape us.
So,
you are mood or what? So,
and Skywatcher ensemble members.
Spencer. There's Spencer.
And Nancy,
Spencer, you have a really bright light behind you, like they're beaming up to get you.
We're invited to dream up these performative portraits of their most lavish selves and to materialize that vision within a setting.
Okay. Deborah Walker is making some noise. Something's going on in her
background. At every stage of the process, the subject participants were engaged in the conceptualization
of
the Skywatcher.
I'm going to mute her. See, he can mute from his.
So, Steve, I'll be quiet unless the dogs start making noises, and then I'll.
Okay, so Lorrie, who else is with you? Nancy who?
Nancy Bracy.
Yeah, she's on mute now.
Nancy Bracy.
Bracey.
Bracy? Okay.
And they will be installed in July and will be in
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Debbie.
Hello, Debbie Walker. Hi, Debbie Walker.
Hi. But I actually am on another Zoom meeting, so I have to go.
Great, thanks, Craig.
You have to mute yourself every now and then.
There's something going on. Yeah.
Back later.
Can you put Nancy down there too?
Yeah, it says Lorrie, Joseph, Sterling, and then her name is running off the screen. No?
No, I don't see it. Well, I don't see it on my side.
It's on there. I see.
Okay.
There's dot. Yeah,
that's what mine has.
Oh, I see both.
Now, if I put him back on,
only this big,
he's going to be at the end.
screen.
I can't put him off on an order. Jenny, your husband.
They're both there.
You told me to take it.
Hey, Gail.
Okay, now he wants back on. But he's going to have to be at the bottom with.
Oh, and does everybody know that if you like, you can go to video settings and it can touch up your appearance to get rid of wrinkles?
What are you saying, Steve? We can't hear what you're saying, Steve. Are you being nice to the class below you?
That's okay. Hold on. I'm going to boost my audio as well. Output volume. I'm going to have it go. Oh, that's all the way up it is. Yeah.
Well, look at Evelyn Williams. You want to see that? From Clark's from Australia. Do you know we have someone from Austria?
Austria.
Austria. 2 o'clock in the morning for poor little John.
Yes.
Okay, see, people who have their phones in portrait mode, turn on landscape mode. Yep, that's good. That's good.
Yay, Evelyn! Right. Look at Karen. Karen, are you doing a blanket because you're cold?
Oh, I don't have a blanket.
Oh, it looked like you did.
She has her phone down on her chest, probably.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
I'm kind of holding it. Yeah.
Oh.
Honey, I think I've accidentally logged into an AA.
Yeah, I'm not cold. It's almost 100 here.
Yeah, I was going to say it's pretty hot down here.
Well, you can send some of that my way. Last night it got down to 10 degrees Celsius, which is what?
Yeah, because you're in Canada.
I know.
You're not in Riverside, California. Kathy Fitzgerald, I'm not able to tag you in. I'm trying to tag all the people in their pictures now and then and now, and it won't let me tag you. I don't know why.
Well, there's Kathy.
Do you have a private setting?
No.
No? Well, Steve Zappy told me to tag everybody. I wish you would have told me that a long time ago. But anyway, I was tagging everybody today and it wouldn't let me tag you. And somebody else.
So you couldn't get my old picture? You couldn't get my new picture?
No, I did the pictures, but I'm clicking on them and tagging them so they'll go straight to your Facebook. Isn't that why I'm doing it, Steve?
Oh,
oh!
You know why? Because somebody got my Facebook ID in Vietnam, and they kicked me off last week. But I'm back on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can tag me now. You were gonna tag some Vietnamese guy.
Well, I just saw 3 Kathy Fitzgeralds, and it wouldn't let me tag you. I think I got almost everybody. Evelyn, are you gonna send a picture?
I am.
I just got yours today, Don Burrus. Let's see, who's SMT23TP? Who's that down in the corner?
Yeah.
It says SMT.
Corner doesn't mean it's in everybody's corner.
Oh, Steve.
I have it on mine too.
SMT23 doesn't have a name.
Oh, yes, I know. That's what we're trying to figure out.
Oh.
Who is this person?
Who are you?
Oh, she's right there.
Yeah. Hello.
My Zehrt runner.
Can you hear us? We're talking about you, SM.
SM.
Now she just muted herself.
She just muted herself and went away.
I'll come back with your name. She's trying to fix
she's back. Yeah.
I don't know how to do this. It's Janet Zehrt.
Janet Zehrt.
Oh, oh my
and
goodness.
Steve Zappy will put your name down there. Now you know Steve. She's in a blue blouse. I see Cannon, who
there. Oh wait, I got it back. Hold on.
Bruce Artucci's coming on.
Yeah, Bruce is still working on it.
Oh my goodness.
You guys were supposed to practice with Steve earlier in the day. Remember that? He sent out an email saying practice.
I thought he said, don't count on me to help.
Tonight I wouldn't.
Hey, Rick Pulsifer, you need more light on your funny face.
Oh, you really don't want that.
Yes, because your face was really cute in the now picture. Yeah. Hey, Dawn, is your name Stephanie now?
It is. I changed my name.
Well, you didn't tell us. We put you down as Dawn.
No, I still go by Dawn. Just
okay, good.
For my business, it's Stephanie.
Okay. Are you going to tell us something, Stephen? Steve Zappy?
What?
Are you going to tell us something?
No, why should I?
Well, that's what I meant. You're the host, and I thought you were going to tell us something. Hey, Joe Morgan.
Looking to see some stuff here to see if anybody has their camera still turned off. No.
Oh, Okay. Oh, there's Mary Ann and Jim.
Good.
Steve, your voice is very faint.
Is it very faint? Okay.
Yeah, it's muffled. It's muffled.
Oh, well, okay. I might be able to fix that with a different microphone. Hold on.
I hear you fine.
Me too.
It's those of us who are deaf. Yeah, hold on. Let me try.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
I need my 14-year-old granddaughter here to help with these IT issues.
Absolutely. That's why you're supposed to get with Steve in the daytime.
I know.
Am I still muted?
Who?
No, I heard you.
Anita. Okay.
Laura's muted.
If you don't see the little red button, you're not muted. If you see it, you're muted. Laura Hedblom's muted.
Can you hear me now?
Laura, you're muted.
So is John Clark.
There, she's done. I mean, off.
She is.
I know, Steve, on yours, everybody was talking a lot. Do you want to do mutes and then just have one person talk at a time?
Actually, no, it's not necessary.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
until we get to a place where we have to do that.
Okay.
I think that usually Zoom meetings are kind of like controlled and that kind of stuff. But as long as there's no background noise and there's no feedback, and I can pretty much tell on the participant's screen when there's a live microphone that's like making too much noise, I can fix that. So. Up to this point, we got 25 people.
So,
wow.
And we can have more.
I wish we were all on the same screen. I have to go back and forth on the arrows to look at everybody.
Well, go to. You only get to see 4 people. On a phone, you see 4 people. On an iPad, I'm not sure how many you can see, but if you have a laptop or desktop, you get to see pretty much everybody.
I see everybody.
How do I do that? Oh, speaker view, gallery view.
Gallery view.
Yeah.
Gallery view
shows you.
Yes.
You everybody.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Hey. See? Full screen.
Yes, we're
Okay, my Zooming has consisted of my daughter and a small Bible group. That's it. Haven't been this many people.
Hilarious.
Mike Young, you haven't sent a picture, Mike Young. I'm begging you to send a picture of now.
Who?
Mike Young.
Mike Young.
I see you, Mike Young.
Get on to
Where do you want me to send it?
Lorrie's photography thing. It's in the, I don't know what's it called. It's in all those things, 2 Josephs. In my email. Did you read on the thing that I'm doing those now and then and nows? If you've been on Ramona's site.
I must have missed
Well, then how did you get on this site? You must have read something.
The one that I got with like 24-hour notice that this was happening.
Oh, yeah. I emailed everybody last night at 10, 11, and 12 in the nighttime. Yeah, I was a diligent one to do that. But, I've been doing the then and now pictures all week long, so it was really hard on me. So I want you to know.
So, Lorrie?
Yes.
Lorrie?
Yes.
Lorrie. Is there another email group besides just onesie, you and me? Is there like a group?
No.
A group email? Dan?
No.
Oh, hi, Dan.
No, Liz, I was emailing everybody last night.
We sat next to each other in every class.
Oh, good.
This is a huge class of people. And so you only knew the person that was like alphabetized
next door to
by
you.
right.
Yes. Liz, I only sent the emails to like groups of people. I didn't onesies, just because I didn't want to put everybody's emails out there. I did like 120 people last night.
Oh my God.
That's why you just got it, Mike, because I was so busy doing the now and thens. Everybody got a luminous little effect over their face. You know that. That was a lot of work. I didn't want everybody to have anything but the luminous shine. So everybody got the luminous shine. So Steve, what else do you want to do?
What else do I want to do?
Yeah, why don't you want? You said something about going over the commencement to get memories.
So we can do a screen sharing and stuff like that. I said I was going to do try and do a group photo, because the problem is, so I'm recording this and then I will put it onto YouTube afterwards. But when it goes from a recording, or from what we're watching right now, we see everybody's names, and a recording doesn't have the names on it.
So, that's what I noticed with your one.
Yeah.
I listened to it all day yesterday while I was doing now and then.
It must have been boring. You must.
And it was just so interesting to see what you guys talked about.
Yeah, we talked about you probably at one point.
You did.
Yeah, we did. We do that.
You did say nice things about me.
buried into a 3-hour video is some rude comment about you.
Yeah, you're funny. You're not comfortable. Danny Kirkpatrick, turn your face around so I can. I'm okay. I'm looking at faces and I'm like, I'm gonna take a couple of screenshots also because we have a Facebook page to uphold.
Yeah. But
everybody smile for the Facebook page.
One of the things. So again, I can wish you guys happy anniversary of.
Thank you.
50 years, and I think so. If you want, I can. Let me pull up. I'll share the screen that I've got. Let's see. Okay, I've got a Facebook page here. Let me go to that one first and pick the one I want to go to. So I think there were some pictures that were posted today.
This is just to give you a sense
on your site. Let me go pull those up.
Hi, Debbie Walker.
Hello.
How are you?
Screen share. Let's go. Let's look at this for starters. This is some stuff that came up today.
Oh, Jim.
Who
is this? That's Jim.
Oh,
Jim.
Yeah, this is Tim Hubbell.
Where's my big view?
Yeah. So let's see, and you might not be able to see everything on the because if you've got gallery view, you're going to have some things on the side that are blocking.
Did you see that on there?
But this is from graduation, and here's 2 pictures the same that are of commencement.
Somebody has to mute that noise.
It's you.
Who?
You.
You. You can hear the noise behind us. That's not nice to
I can't tell who's when I'm sharing a screen. I can't see who's talking.
Walker's having a voice behind you.
I'm lost.
Who's lost? Okay.
Okay. All right. Go.
You're muted. Okay. Good. Okay. So who wants to describe this picture?
That picture was taken
graduation practice.
That picture is by Jim Hubbell's parents.
Okay.
It looks like it's facing Magnolia, so facing towards the stage. It looks like.
Yes, and it's also the one picture that they didn't have on the Facebook, so that I didn't grab it. I did thank them for those other 2 pictures that I labeled. Ooh.
Oh.
Why this came up today? I don't know.
Well, because somebody put it like Kim Lockwood.
Yeah. He said they were kindergartners, I think, from Liberty.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's Mrs. Silver, the teacher.
Oh yeah, Mrs. Silver.
That's way before your high school graduation.
Keep moving on. Doug really wants everybody to know how involved he was in CIF, PBL, and all that stuff.
And how much
he made a big deal at the 40th reunion. We're bored with that, Doug.
Yeah, he's.
Every time we go out to dinner with him, he talks about it too.
Yeah, you know what we're talking about. He is so impressed with himself in that. So move on, Doug.
He's who Bruce Springsteen sang about glory days.
Yes, this is what he's about. Okay.
Well, there's Laura.
Great picture, Laura. Laura's not on here yet. Why isn't Laura on?
Dude.
Who was
Don,
that?
have you talked to her today? Why isn't she on?
She's coming on in a minute.
Okay.
She'll be on.
Well, that was a beautiful dress. And that's another picture with, is that you, John Clark, with your mom?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's a wonderful picture with your mom.
I love that picture. I love that
adorable.
picture. That's awesome.
I loved it.
I did too.
I love that one too. I like the comment Marianne made.
Finally grew into his ears.
Yes, we love that. That was very cute of you, Marianne.
Yep. You covered your tush.
Jim did grow into his hair.
There we go.
Oh, there they are again. Oh.
Yeah, there they are. And that one's going to be in a book. We're going to have all the couples that got married to classmates. Well, the book's going to have a lot of stuff, but that's one of the things.
They come in and say, is this wrestling?
That's the ones I stole from Marianne and Jim's Facebook. I thought that was very nice of their parents to take pictures like that.
Today is the very day.
Yeah.
Today, that's why we're having the Who's getting smarter by the minute?
There are a lot of us. Look at that line.
Yeah. 900 graduating seniors, children.
There were like,
wow.
There is 750 something graduates.
Wow, that's awesome.
How
And
many?
I remember it being kind of windy and breezy too.
Oh, I can see the caps being held by hands.
Uh-huh.
I'm like thinking that, can you see my cursor?
No, we can't.
Oh, the good old
You
thing.
can see my cursor.
Oh, there you go. See people holding their hats?
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Steve, for that.
Sure, yeah, okay, that's the, so that's all I have for the pictures.
If I share my screen, if you let me share my screen, I'll show you some other fun ones.
Go ahead.
Eric Tackett, are you on? Hi, Eric. Tackett, Eric.
Hello.
Hello.
Share your screen.
Okay, how do we do this? Share screen?
Share screen.
Okay. Host disabled participant sharing screen. Not good.
Oh, I disabled it?
Uh-oh. Gary Sterling's coming on.
Bold, advanced sharing. It says one at a time can share.
Okay.
Here we go. All participants ready, set. That should work.
So when I share, do I hit that green button that says share screen?
Now try it.
What? Yes? Okay, so now I can share. I hit the share button.
Yep, there you go.
Okay. Okay, so now I go to, I want you to know we're having a flyer made that we can send out to people that don't have Facebook. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Yeah. You like that flyer?
Yeah.
Is that pretty?
Nice.
Laura
Very nice.
Bush's daughter made that. She's very artistic. So we're going to send that to the people that don't have Facebook. So if anybody knows people that don't have Facebook and you send me their address, we'll be mailing that out to them. Okay, that's one. And then I got to go to, let's see, Shamawa graduation and Ramona graduation. Okay, here's what I'm going to show you. Let me get rid of my picture of us. Okay. This is the girls. You guys have seen these on Facebook before, but this is the girls that were homecoming candidates.
Oh.
You've seen them before, right? Okay, and then this is the, oh, Laura Michi had mentioned she wanted me to share this part of Riverside that we were in the dunes having lunch, a bunch of girls from Shamawa.
Oh.
And then I was going to share some.
Laura, you're going too fast.
Oh,
you're
sorry.
going too fast.
Okay, I'll slow down. This was a ad in the back of the
Oh my goodness.
yearbook.
In the yearbook.
1970 yearbook. That's Nadine was in Rampage with me, and I had no musical inclination whatsoever. And I'm not sure why I was invited to be in this ad, but this cracked me up because I was going through ads. I think the only other person I know that we all know would be Janet. Let's see, Janet Baker's parents were.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I was trying to find
store.
that. Yeah, the jewelry store. Here it is. Okay, the jewelry store. This was in the back of one of our yearbooks. And we all know Janet and Mr. and Mrs. Baker. They were, her dad's name was Walter. So you guys, if you remember shopping there. And I was trying to get things that were interesting. And I came up with this one. Karen Kaigh was in a dry cleaners with Karen Laxbury from the class
I don't
of
even
70.
remember that, Lori.
Well, I didn't remember the musical one, so I'm laughing at all these ads.
One another in the
and this one was funny. I found this. I'm going round and round. I found this and I said, oh my gosh, no wonder Gary Sterling fell in love with me. Look how cute I was in 9th grade. I'm going through pictures and I said, no wonder. He told me he fell in love with me in 9th grade. Oh, and then this one, I saved all the Rampage stuff. Spring Festival in 71. You guys see anybody you know?
I think
Patty Newman.
Julie.
Julie Christinson.
And Julie
Debbie.
Christinson.
Debbie Newman.
Oh, Patty Newman.
Yeah.
There's Jeanette. Then some of these girls were the younger classes. But anyway, this was cute. I saved all my reunion stuff. Okay. Let's see.
Cal Robinson down the bottom there.
Oh, here's another one when they were running for, these are the cheerleaders, I guess, from Rampage. But I used to save everything. So I think some of the reunions, you guys remember seeing this stuff.
Whatever happened to Mary Blackman?
Yeah, I was
I
wondering
don't know.
that too.
She's never come to any reunions. Oh, I didn't do this one. Let me rotate it. Okay, and this one's, oh, it's a plaza. Remember when we used to take our floats up to the plaza?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, here's Debbie and Mariah Houston, and this has got to be either Diana Votaw or Lana Moon, because both of them were the Ram.
Say Votaw because Lana was so short.
Lana was what year?
I think she was shorter.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm thinking this was when we were juniors because this is the.
Yeah,
do you
that's
recognize hers?
Yeah, Janet Johnson, I think.
Yeah.
I think that was her name.
From class of 70.
Right.
So
And
if
Steve's class.
Steve recognized her,
Right.
then that would probably have been Diana Votaw because she was when we were juniors. And then let's see. Oh, I have that one that you already showed. Like I said, we're going to do everybody that's married to everybody. And then this was one of our floats. I know Doug really liked being in this picture. I think this was the first year when we were sophomores because this was like the theme was something about fairy tale. I know my sister.
That was when you were seniors. That's
we were
November
seniors?
70.
Oh, okay, you're right. I was thinking it was, then I don't have the one that was the airplane. The airplane was the one that, I just put in some pictures of Shamawa. Some of you guys know Shamawa, and I went back there. Now they're the Cougars because they can't be the Indians. So this is the gym. They have to be the Cougars because the Indians isn't whatever appropriate.
Do they know the other meaning of the name cougar?
No. I mean the older lady?
Yeah.
Okay. They painted all the benches. It's just not fun to see that we don't have the two-story building that we all were in. That's how the front of the school looks. It's kind of sad. Yeah. But anyway, that's Chimawa. And back to those girls. So I think that's pretty much all I had on there. I think that I had a pretty picture of a ram that I bought at a this girl made this at a garage sale, so I bought this. Such a pretty ram. Anyway, I think that's my share. Oh, and here's our little committee. So we went to the bank one day and we opened our account. So that's the committee. And I think that's all I have to share, Steve.
Okay. Well,
I do have a memorial.
Oh, wait,
let me do this real quick before you shut me off. These are the people that have died since the 45-year reunion. And you guys, you can like say anything you want because that's what Steve did on his site. I used to call Robert Vacher and see how he's doing in Orange County, and he's a sweetheart. And he just died suddenly after the 45-year. And Ginger, was in a care facility because she had dementia really bad. My friend at my church where I go knows Mary Whitehead very well, so he told me she had passed away recently. And Mike Elder was our bellboy.
Lorrie?
Yes?
Lorrie, it's Evelyn. My cousin Todd Williams passed away.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, let me put that down. Is that new? You just passed away?
Yeah, passed away 2 years ago. This June.
Todd Williams.
Yeah, it would be William Williams.
Kim Greenwood passed away, I think, in 2017.
Who's that?
Kim Greenwood.
Kim Greenwood. I think we have him on. Let me bring that board in. Hang on,
because
Steve.
I announced it on the page, so it might be on the board.
Well, I had. Let me see if I can find it on our now and then. I had the part where you have the screen where it has everybody on it. That memorial thing that we always bring. You guys remember that?
No.
Okay. Oh, and this is a nice picture. We had it the 20-year.
20. When we were all young.
Yeah. Oh, hot. Yeah, that was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah. I like that.
Okay, I was trying to find the memorial page so I could put it up, but we have it in real life. So, say the name again. The Williams. It was
no, not the one.
William Todd Williams.
Okay,
I've got that.
Kim Greenwood. Kim Greenwood, she said.
Gary Woods.
Kim Greenwood.
Yeah.
Oh, Kim James. Kim Greenwood. Kim, K-I-M?
K-I-M.
Okay.
No, he's not on there.
Okay, well, Laura Michi is the one in charge of this, so I'm going to keep these to her.
She knows because I talked to her about it.
Okay, well, she's the one that's going to put all the new stuff on, and then we're going to have that at our reunion. And this is interesting. I went to the office and took these pictures off the wall, and Esgate was the last principal for us. Yeah, and then the guy over here on the very far Bond came on. And then the lady in the middle, she was principal when my son was using the gym for, or the auditorium for all those plays and stuff. So I can't remember her name. Yeah, Children's Theater, we used it. So I just took that picture just to be fun. And then this is the one I blew up of Esgate by himself, but It's kind of pixelated. When
Wow. He was
young.
young.
That was a long time ago. And I have something
We thought he
exciting
was
to tell
so
you.
old.
Yeah.
I know.
I have something exciting to tell you. Let me see if I can find it in this one. Okay, hang on, guys. Now and then. Look at this. She is coming to our reunion.
You're kidding.
Ostermiller. She is coming to our reunion.
cool.
Isn't that exciting?
Who is it?
Who
Shirey
is it?
Ostermiller was our advisor.
Yeah.
Right.
So
That's
she's
a
going to
good-
come to our reunion.
That's a good
Wait a sec.
segue
What's
because
her name?
I was
Karen
going to be
Ostermiller. She was
Karen
an English
Ostermiller.
teacher, and she was our advisor.
Oh yeah.
And the other guy was Harvey
Harley
Brock. And we don't know where to find him to invite him. Sorry. All right, Steve, I'm done sharing.
You were done 10 minutes ago.
No, I'm done now.
She'll think it's something
And
else.
Michelle May does not have a
You're not
senior
done. You're
picture,
not done yet.
but
Oh, Bonnie.
I just wanted to tell you, if anybody has a
Hey,
picture of Michelle
Jan.
May,
I
this
see.
is how she looks now. She
How do
doesn't
you
have
get
a
on?
senior
How do you
picture
get on
for
there,
a
Jan?
junior. So if anyone has
How
a
do you
picture
get on there?
of Michelle May.
Lorrie?
We're not on.
Okay,
How do you get on there?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
here.
go ahead and go back to unsharing the screen, Steve.
Hold on, we're not on the
Did
gallery.
you, were you not sharing before, Steve? Are you serious? I don't know about you were sharing me.
How do we
Yeah.
get on there, Jan?
They're not on the gallery screen yet, but I can see you. Can you
How
guys
do you-
see Bonnie?
So hold on, Namiki. I'm gonna tell you. Maybe I can stop you from sharing.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
there we go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Where's Bonnie?
All right, so that was my tour around memory lane.
Wow.
Where's Bonnie?
That was a. That was a.
very
not-
nice.
Not a.
Was that fun?
Yeah. Wait,
So-
where's Bonnie?
I have memorabilia to the max.
So let me
They're
see
not,
here.
I I
If
don't think they're
somebody-
seeing or
Go ahead.
hearing.
Somebody want to say
There you
something
are.
before we start Zoom.
Bonnie.
Go ahead.
It's Bonnie. Bonnie
I
Harmon.
see you.
Hi, Bonnie.
I got her
People
on.
have joined.
Yeah. So
I don't think they can.
see
I don't think they can see me.
Yes,
Yeah.
we
Yes,
can.
we
Yes, we can.
We see you.
So Bonnie, I'm
Everybody says,
guessing.
hi, Bonnie.
I was going to tell you, Lori, that Keith Orso and
Yes,
Sue Windsor have passed away.
yes,
Oh.
we have him on the list.
Oh, you do have Keith Orso.
Yes.
Oh,
We
okay.
have this memory board. Let me see if I can show it in the background.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi. This is the memory board birthday.
How many of these people?
See this little tiny
Oh, yeah.
memory board? That's everybody
Oh, we
that
can
we
see a
knew
lot.
about.
Oh,
On the
okay.
screen, that's everybody we knew about. But we're adding the next 10 people that passed away.
Did you remove the one that we found out is still alive?
Yeah.
Lazarus.
So that's
He hasn't
he was on
answered
that
yet.
board for years.
Report
That's good
really
news.
exaggerated.
Yes, Nancy's laughing at me, but
An audit.
Laura
That's
gets
almost
information from people. So she
That's
doesn't
good
know how to
news.
check it out any more than somebody telling her.
Yeah, that's
You look
good
gorgeous,
news.
Susan French.
Mary Ann, I
Get
do,
ready.
but I haven't received an answer. So I don't know if I used the right address or not.
Where,
But-
who's talking?
Comment.
This is Laura talking.
Where are you, Laura? Oh,
Uh,
I must have to go to another screen.
because I'm using my granddaughter's laptop. But
Let me change your name. Who is this? Who is this?
Laura.
Laura.
Laura
Where's
West.
she at?
Take my, you can take
Yeah.
mine down.
We have to go to different screen. Okay.
Oh, I hear
She said she just came on, but I don't see, oh, no, I don't see you, Laura.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Oh,
there
she's
you
on the
are.
second one.
You don't have light in your face. You have light behind you.
Yes, I do.
But who put you as Laura Hedblom?
Who are you?
I don't know.
Laura Michi.
It wasn't me.
Laura
Michi.
Michi.
How do you spell her last?
M-C-C-I-A.
One at a time. How do you spell her name?
Last name is M. Mary ECCHIA.
Oh.
Hi, Laura.
Hi. How you doing, Dan?
Good.
Hi, Dawn.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Evelyn.
Hi.
Jim and Marianne. I was replying to Marianne earlier when she asked about the guy that turned out to be alive. I did send him a note, but he hasn't answered yet. So I don't know if that's because it was the wrong address or he really has gone.
No, I think he will. I think he can't answer. It's not.
John, I went to school at St. Thomas with John, and he was his neighbor, and he said, I don't think he's dead. And so I looked it up on the computer and the genealogy section, and I have praised him to being alive till really recently, and we've had him on the deceased list for years.
For a long time.
And John explained that he was in a really bad accident.
Oh.
That he's like wheelbarrow, you know, he's homebound. And he doesn't even know if he could verify or not. But it's Tom Amstead.
Yes. So on the screen that we're on here today, who came from the farthest?
Austria.
Austria. John Clark.
Wow.
From Austria.
Maybe Lee. He's from Canada.
Oh, John's got me beat.
John Clark. Oh yeah, because he's from in Austria,
John,
right?
unmute yourself and tell us what time it is there.
Central Europe, it's 2:30 in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Way to go, John. Yes.
Thank you for coming, John. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Wake me up if I start to
How
snore,
many
okay?
how many people are in Riverside today?
Raise your hand.
I am.
I am.
Are you counting, Liz?
What's the temperature?
Yeah, Joe Morgan up here.
Oh, hi. You know,
Hi.
I'm Liz Deck, but I'm also Liz Kindseth.
Oh, Elizabeth.
Right
Liz
now.
Kindseth, yes.
Liz,
Wow.
it's 93 in Riverside.
Wow.
It's 73 in Eugene, Oregon. It's quite
Oh, we envy you.
It's 105 in Palm Springs.
Okay, ready?
I'm 117 here.
I'm in Riverside County.
It's 93 in San
Yeah,
Antonio.
it's very hot where you are, Eric. Very hot.
Sorry, we're setting records.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Wait till this weekend. Bakersfield's supposed to be 110, I think.
Oh
my gosh.
Oh, you got the down.
It's really beautiful in
Yeah.
San Francisco. Come visit everybody.
Oh, I would like to.
Yes.
I never left Riverside. I'm still here.
I'm still here. Riverside's my home.
Yeah.
That's the
like a
deal.
boomerang.
We may do something like this later on where we actually go through each person and say, okay, what have you accomplished with your life? No, where have you been? And you know, give the 2 minute or the 3 minute elevator talk of like what happened after high school and where you ended up, that kind of stuff. So
I like that idea.
Kind of
Is that where we tell people that we are pole dancers?
Yes, that's the part, Liz. Yes, Liz.
Or you're a Chihuahua cougar. I don't know. So let me go ahead and pull up the commencement program, because there was a question about, let me see here. Oh, wait, I gotta find that one again. Hold on, let me pull it up. Right here. There we go. And let's go to this one right here. So.
Oh, I remember.
Ooh, here it is. So what do you remember about that day? What you said, it was windy? Was it hot or
Yes. It was hot.
It was hot. I think it was kind of hot.
The rehearsal was during the day, and they had, I don't know, they had watered the grass or something, and it was humid. All the bugs were coming up out of the grass. It was pretty miserable.
Oh my gosh.
That was the reason I didn't go.
You didn't graduate? You didn't walk?
I didn't walk, no.
Who's talking?
Yeah, so we can't see right now because I'm sharing the screen, so we don't know who's talking if you say who didn't walk. We can do that when we're done. How about that?
Okay.
So salute to the flag. There's Cal Robinson, and so he's one when did he pass away?
Just after the 40th.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, Mike? Yeah, you would know. Mike,
I think it was 2016.
Okay, 2016.
And then Ann Bigby is still around. You got her picture recently, right?
Yes.
Yes, she's here.
Okay.
Is she coming on?
I haven't heard. I don't know.
Oh, well, she just asked me to send her that now and then picture this morning, so I just sent it to her this afternoon. Everybody, I've tagged your picture, so you could go and get it if you want. The ones that have
Lori,
set their pictures.
hang on, Lori.
Yes.
Lori.
Yes, Liz.
My picture isn't green, so I didn't know if you could hear me. Is there a Facebook page we're supposed to know about?
The Ramona High one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eric, tell us what it is. Eric, where are you?
It's the Ramona71.org, I think.
.net.
.net, yeah.
That's not Facebook.
.net. Okay.
That's the website.
That's not Facebook.
That's the website. Hang
Yeah,
on.
Facebook's different. Yeah.
I'll go to the Facebook right now on my little phone. Okay, the website for Ramona is
Wait a second.
Ramona
Website
High,
on Facebook.
Class of 71, Riverside. Are you writing that down, Liz? Ramona High, Class of 71.
Okay, Ramona High Class.
Here, I'll show you. It is right.
Hey,
and then Riverside.
Yeah, I can put it in the chat.
That's it
I
right
can put it in
there.
the chat.
That's a good idea.
Okay, chat to everyone. Okay. Ramona.
Ramona High, Class of 71. Just search for it on Facebook and it'll pop up.
GH.
Search for that right there.
Today's the 50th.
GH.
Will that have information on the October?
Yes, it does.
Reunion information?
Yes, it does. It does.
Okay, awesome.
So Lori, when you send stuff out on email, are you also including information that if they're not on Facebook, that they can get a hold of, find out about things, or do they?
Yes, I've called the school and gave them that information. Riverside. I also have addresses of people that aren't on Facebook, and I have emails of some people that are on Facebook. We're researching all of those ways. Okay. So I just entered the thing on the chat. So if you go to the chat, you'll see it. You just hit that screen button or the little button that says chat.
All right, I found it and I joined.
Okay.
Okay, good. On my phone.
It's a private group, so you can't find it unless you know where to look for it.
They're sharing the screen.
Unless you're a member of it.
Okay. So I'm just thinking to myself that when we put on the website and we put on the Facebook, we just had to do it so that people could find it and then tell people. But Valda was the one that initiated it with Willie Knowles, and they made it a private group. So you have to be asked to be joined, or you have to get somebody that knows somebody about somebody. But we accept everybody that's a classmate. There's a lot of people on there.
I just accepted you on the group, Liz.
Okay.
Yep, I'm in. I'm in.
Okay. And you can tell any other classmates.
We have one who's been saved. Very good. Okay.
Okay.
Any further down? How about what about your class? I mean, we got your class officers down below, but Michael Halloran and Gloria Rivera, what are they up to?
Yeah, well, Michael Halloran's still working in San Diego. He's a lawyer, and his wife's a judge.
Bankruptcy. He's a bankruptcy lawyer.
Oh, okay. But I just knew he was still working.
Yeah.
I've asked him to be our MC at the reunion, so we're negotiating because he has a seminar that he wants to go to. What did you say, Stephen?
I said you're in negotiations with a lawyer. That's you don't have the upper hand there. He does.
Well, he told me. He told me that
that's kind of an oxymoron.
With some other place that he has to be, and I said, well, that's not very nice because he's got to be at this other place for a month. And I said, all you have to do is fly back for a day to be with us. We're negotiating.
Zoom. Zoom.
Okay, and I'm sure you all remember Victor Basie, who gave you your commencement speech. I don't know what he said, but let's see. So, so here are your the presentation of diplomas. So Jerry Esgate, and then was assisted by the member of the Board of Education, Richard Christinson. Did he have? Was he Chris Christinson's father?
No, he wasn't connected to any classmate.
Okay. So then, so Mr. Knott was the vice principal. He was actually our class advisor from 1970.
Oh, he was.
Principal, yeah.
Was he related to Don?
No.
Don Knott?
That was not. Never mind.
Harley Brock, and he's down here below at the bottom in terms of your Karen Ostermiller and Harley Brock were your advisors.
Advisors, yes.
So I would be surprised if Mr. Brock is still alive. I haven't checked to see if he is or not.
Yeah, nobody knows.
That shouldn't be hard to find out. That's an unusual name. So, but
I know somebody that knows Dale Fager's daughter, so maybe I can. Laura, you know the connection through.
Yes, I know Jana.
Okay, so
Fager
maybe we can
died.
find out if her dad's still alive and invite him.
No, Dale Favier has passed.
Oh, you already knew that. Okay.
It's in the faculty and students, alumni, remembering that.
Oh,
he's
okay.
on that list. No.
Okay.
I haven't, and so is Gene Knott.
We have some interesting books that we bought that say how it happened in 1953, which was the year we were all born. Some of us were born earlier, but most of us were born in 1953. And then we have a book about 1971, and we're going to have these at the reunion in a book for everybody to receive when they walk in, with all the now and then pictures. How do you like that, Apple?
Like it.
The idea.
So please make sure you come to our reunion because you're going to get a little package when you arrive. Not to mention good food.
Okay, we're plugging that now too. So so this is the list of everybody. I'm not going to go through it. I'm going to be like Lorrie says. And here's everybody you graduated with, guys. So count their names. Here we go. There they are. And that's the end.
That's a lot of them.
That's it.
That's a long list.
Class.
I swear there were people there that I never even met, ever.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's true. So did anybody get a final count?
Yeah, there's a final count.
We all said it was 900.
900?
Even?
And 35. Somebody counted.
935?
That's what somebody counted.
Cool.
That's a
We
small
did not
city.
want to count, but somebody did it.
That's why they were pushing us out.
We were the last class that was the 3 grades. After us, they had 9th graders come on over. And then after that, they started building more high schools.
When did they open Arlington High School?
Gary's siblings were the first graduating class, and they're 4 years younger than him. So they went over there as like sophomores and juniors and seniors. Isn't that right, Gary? Where did you go, Gary?
Yep, that's right.
Well, your picture's not up anymore, honey. Where are you?
He's hiding.
Oh, there you go.
He's supposed to be up there.
Show yourself, man.
Come on, Gary. I made sure there he is. Okay, tell a story about your siblings that graduated, your twin siblings.
Say that again.
Your twin siblings when they graduated from Arlington. So what year was Arlington built?
They were the first class that went completely through.
So come on, you're the mathematician. What year did they build that? That's the math guy. He tutors people in math. Come on, Gary Sterling.
I don't remember what year they went over.
Okay, well, they were 4 years younger than you, so let's just say 72.
80. Is it 80? Oh, no, from 4 years from our
From Gary, 71. Yeah.
Okay.
75.
Yeah, so they probably went over there in 72, and they were there for 4 years. So they probably built it in 71. I mean, it started breaking ground.
But what I don't remember is if they went there 3 years or 4 years.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a ballpark, whoever asked. There you go, that's a ballpark.
Graduated from Arlington.
Well, that's pretty good. I don't remember what I had.
And he would have been 72.
Okay.
1973, according to Google.
Oh, good for you, Gail Wesson. Thank you, Gail, for being our point of reference.
That's why she's a journalist.
Yeah, that's right.
1975 was the first graduating.
Okay. Well, thank you for that info.
Thank Google.
Drink up. Time to drink.
Yeah, where's your
their adult
beverages that Steve
There's
put
my
up?
Bonnie.
Yeah.
Where's your adult beverages? I saw that, Eric Tackett's, he's going to town with his martinis. Yeah.
Hey, I thought this was a happy hour deal.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's something to do with coffee. It's a heavenly hazelnut, high protein, keto friendly drink. Me and
alcohol in it?
Ooh. Doesn't it sound good?
No.
Friendly.
But is there liquor in it?
It's hazelnut. Good. You remember we're in our 60s, guys. We like those coffee drinks with lots of foo-foo. Yeah.
I think that we are also like gin and tonics.
Oh, I'll agree with you, Liz. I'll agree with you. Hey, Eric, is that your new pool in the background? The brand new pool you guys put in?
You just click on
Yep, that's my backyard.
Oh, that's beautiful. Eric just moved to Indio from Huntington Beach. Oh my goodness, what was he thinking?
It's been 4.5 years now.
Well, yeah, but remodeling took a while for sure.
It took a year or two to get it all done.
Well, we think it's beautiful.
Thank you. Come visit.
So maybe we
I'll be up too. So
people like Laura.
Gail, you're broken up, Gail.
Okay, Laura Hedblom Donovan's on the East Coast. Maybe we should start asking people what they've been doing.
Well, that's what he said we're going to do.
Sure, we can do that.
Steve, you want to do that from going around the circle?
Yeah. So who's in? We can actually get John Clark so he can go to bed.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. Poor John, it's 3 o'clock now or later.
Yeah, it's almost 3 o'clock for him, so we need to.
Yeah, we should start with John.
Oh, okay. So if everybody wants to,
it's already Thursday.
Let's mute themselves.
Yes.
And in fact, I can mute everybody. Hold on here. Let me just do that to mute all. Okay, you're all muted. Okay, now it's quiet. So John, go ahead and unmute yourself and tell us a bit about what you've been doing. And I'm actually going to put it on speaker view to record. So
okay,
go ahead and say stuff.
So I'm John Clark, and I went on to University of Southern California, USC, and spent my junior year in Vienna, Austria. That was 1973. And I've been living in Vienna, Austria for 48 years. I'm an Austrian citizen. I worked for the United Nations for 35 years here in Vienna. And I'm retired and life is wonderful. I still have cousins who live in Riverside, so I have a connection. But with the current situation, I doubt I will be with you in October physically, but would love to get back to Riverside. I have wonderful memories of Riverside, and yeah, that's the short version.
When was the last time you were back?
Oh, it's been like about 5 years now. My parents lived well, I'm from Chicago originally, and my parents lived there. So whenever I went back to the United States, it was Chicago. But yeah, Southern California is a wonderful place.
And you actually do have a bit of an Austrian accent as well, right?
Oh, I'm sorry about that, yeah. Well, after 48 years, it's terrible. You know, in English, I have an accent, but in German, I have an accent too. So what are you gonna do? There's worse things in life.
Okay, so who wants to be next? Who is the next, who's on the East? Raise your hand or give yourself, let's see, where do we do it? If you're on the, Eastern time zone, so that's gonna be Laura. Anybody else? And I see Debbie Hanrahan, but okay. And then Kathy Fitzgerald, Lee Pierre, okay. So why don't we, Laura, go ahead and I'm gonna ask you to unmute and we'll let you chat a bit. Okay, and I hear you. We cannot hear you. I still see John there on the screen. Nope, we cannot hear you. Anybody else hear her? Shake your heads no. Nope. Okay, we're gonna go back here and see. Let me get Lee Pierre here. So Lee Pierre, let's see. I'm gonna ask you to.
Well, I just unmuted. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. That's good. Yes.
Now I can't even see me. I don't even know where I'm.
You're okay. You're on my screen.
I'm up in Ottawa, in the capital of Canada. So yes, even though it is summer, it's still a little on the chilly side here. Last night it got down to 10 degrees, which is about 49, I guess, and maybe it got up to about 60 today. So not very warm. I've been in Canada now for 38 years. I arrived in Canada on my 30th birthday, and yeah. Since the pandemic, I've basically been at home because I'm a musician, and they've kind of shut down all singing stuff. But I run an Airbnb out of my basement, and that has been very busy. It's a totally separate unit with a private entrance, so I was deemed essential services by the government for Canadians that needed to quarantine. And I'm really close to the local hospital, so I had doctors and nurses staying. So yeah, I'm still busy, and I've had 2 COVID grandbabies born, a granddaughter born December 15th and another one January 10th, and I've only seen them both just once because not allowed. But I'm doing fine. I'm loving my life, and I do love living in Canada. I'm glad. I won't make a comment about U.S. politics or Canadian politics, but it's good to see you all, and I am hoping to be able to be with you in October. I'm trying to make those plans now, so we'll see you then.
Okay, very good. Let's see. Yeah, Laura, we didn't hear you.
Steve, sorry, there is a way for you to make the person that's speaking be bigger screen.
Well, here's the deal: is that on recording on my end, when I'm talking, I have a yellow box around me in gallery view. But when you're talking, you show up on my screen, so you're going to show up full screen in the recording. So you may not see yourself showing up that way, but everybody else does. So that's kind of the trick. Is that you don't see yourself talking necessarily when you're in speaker view. Let's see, who was next? Debbie Hanrahan, let me ask you to unmute. And you want to talk to us about what you've been doing.
All right, well, I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia. And can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Basically, I left California in 1986. And my husband, John, and I moved to Cincinnati, Ohio for 5 years. And then we moved to Asheville, North Carolina for 7 years. And in 98, we moved here to Atlanta, Georgia. We're actually in Cobb County, so just north of Atlanta itself. And we've been here now for, well, I figure it's like been 23 years that we've been here in the Atlanta area. And John and I have been together now for 39 years. So, and I'm a Deb, not a mom. I haven't had any kids or grandkids, obviously. I just was kind of forced retired last year due to COVID. I was a I was a field administrative assistant for Scholastic Book Fairs for the past 13 years here in this area. And basically now just retired, you know, being at home, getting used to, you know, the exit from COVID in our area, and getting out just a little bit more and doing a lot of gardening and cooking and that kind of thing. And I'm vegan, so I do a lot of vegan cooking. And Lee, I'm a Canadian. I'm an American citizen, but I was born in Newfoundland, Canada. So, you know, my heart is still in Canada. But it's been my husband graduated from Northern California in 1969 in Stockton, and we were back for his 50-year reunion in 2019. And that was the first time in 30 years that I'd been back to California. So unfortunately, we won't be able to make it in October, but you know, I was there for the 10-year reunion, but that's about it. So it's nice to see everybody that still lives in the Riverside area and seeing how you guys have kept in contact with each other and done some fun things. And I'm kind of jealous in that respect. But anyway, thanks, you know, for letting me see everybody here tonight.
Okay, very good. Yeah, and Lorrie, yeah, you can't get your mic to work. And then Rick, I don't know what's going on. Rick, you got your hand raised. Do you want to unmute yourself and say something, or what?
Not that I really want to, but since we're catching up, my wife and I retired a year and a half ago and moved to God's country in East Tennessee. Laura Hedblom and I are almost neighbors. She's in the other state though. Worked for New York State for 24 years, and I still don't know what I want to do when I grow up, so I do what my wife tells me to do. And she never stops telling me what to do, so that's kind of how it works out. But that's pretty much it. That's the short one.
That's a very short story. Yes. Okay. I do what my wife tells me to do, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I could go longer. Actually, our older daughter is coming down here in 2 weeks. She's being married on the Gatlinburg Sky Bridge, and then that's the last time we'll see her for a while. So,
hey, just a second. Mike said he was going to leave. Mike Young, and I hope he didn't leave yet because I wanted to get a picture. It's 7 o'clock, and it's like he had to leave. That's not good. So let me go back to gallery view. And did he leave? It looks like it. I'm sorry. Oh dear. Okay. Well, hey, it's 7 o'clock. We've got 32 people here. Let me just take a couple of screenshots. Hold on. I got to close the participant window here. And I'm just going to tell people to, okay, and there's Julianne Carlson. Did you just join? Shake your head. Can't hear you. Nope. Go ahead, talk. Nope. Still can't hear you.
Mute. Okay. I'm on Eastern Standard Time, and I got the time wrong and was hosting dinner.
Okay, well, you're here at least. We lost Mike Young, but we've got now 30, how many? I don't know. So let me do a couple screenshots here, okay? Everybody say, look at the camera. Look at your camera, not yourself. And we're going to say cheese, and I'm going to paste them in. Oh, more cameras are coming on. Here we go. Okay, nobody shy. Everybody. And yeah, look young. 1, 2, 3. There's one. Let me paste that puppy in. Let's see where to go. Nope, I gotta open this up again. Hold on. Photo, paint 3D. Yeah, I'll paste this guy in. That's a good one. Okay, and let's make another one. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, cheese. And let me get another new one here.
Steve, are you going from screen to screen?
I have everybody on one screen.
Oh, good for you.
Everybody on one screen. I actually am using a different laptop than my normal, so I can put up to 49 on this. So yeah, if I have it on a phone, I'd get 4 people at a time, but that's not it is. Okay, one more. We can do what I used to do is like, let's do a silly picture if you want. I don't know. Or look old. How about that? Look old.
Well, that's
grumpy. Easy. That was mine. Okay, here we go. One more. Is that good? Oh yeah, I look grumpy in that one. And then we can do a maybe a wave. Yeah, give a peace sign or a wave or whatever you want to do. And we'll do a hi here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'll never be a photographer, but I think that's the best I'm going to do. So
thank you, Steve, for doing such a wonderful job of taking several pictures. We all get a chance to look good.
When you let me, I'm like Rick. I do what you let me do, Lorrie. I've learned that over the years with you. Okay, so we're back on the East Coast. So Julie, let me get you up here on speaker view and go ahead and say something. What have you been doing?
Oh, well, I am at a lake in Maryland. My husband's family has owned this property since 1953. And we water ski and kayak and paddleboard. And I'm working a lot this week on the house.
Are you retired?
Mostly. I work part-time managing vacation rentals now, and I see just a very few clients. I'm a marriage and family therapist. Yeah.
Okay. So how did COVID treat you?
I actually did pretty well. I did manage to travel safely coast to coast to take care of some things here, spent some time in Mexico and stayed healthy. My whole family stayed healthy, and we're glad to be coming out and able to be with friends here now.
So Julie, where did you say you lived? I missed that.
Well, I still live in Southern California in Santa Clarita, but right now I'm on the East Coast at Deep Creek Lake, which is in the panhandle of Maryland next to West Virginia.
But you do have your house in Idlewild or Redlands? Which one?
I don't have Idlewild anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, I have something in Mammoth, and then we have Santa Clarita.
Well, I was trying to find you and I couldn't find you. All the emails were coming back and stuff. Did you notice that you didn't get emails from me, or did you get one?
Well, Steve reached out to me, and that's how I was able to join this meeting.
Okay, well, that's what I'm wondering. You were in Redlands, and last time I connected with you in the last reunion, I believe you were Idlewild and Redlands. So that's why I was asking. I couldn't find you at those places.
So I left Idlewild 25 years ago when I got married. So yeah.
And
so
at one of the reunions, you had just had a son. You had an 8-year-old.
Well, and he's 24 now.
Okay,
so that's how long it's been
long
since
time ago.
Yes.
Okay, well, I want you to send me. I'm going to put a chat of my my email, and I want you to send me a picture of you so I can put you on the Now and Then on our Facebook, and I also want to send you flyers on the reunion that's coming up in October. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll put that in the chat.
Okay, let's see. Thank you, Julianne. Good to see you.
Thank you.
I know where people. Okay, let's see. So people raising their hands. Jan Parker, you were raising your hand too, or what?
John Clark.
Oh, you want to talk? Let me ask you to unmute. You got to unmute, Jan.
Am I unmuted?
You are unmuted.
I have to leave. I have a city council meeting. I have to Zoom on, but I want to say it was wonderful to see everybody. And I got Bonnie on here. Now where'd she go? But thank you guys for doing this. This is kind of cool. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah. So what have you been doing?
Oh, well, I moved from Riverside to Huntington Beach, and then married a firefighter in Costa Mesa, and
I'll see you.
Moved out to Menifee, and I've been here for 35 years. So cool. That's. But I stay in touch with Bonnie Harmon, and but I have to do. I do get involved with the city council, so I have to get on the Zoom meeting. But thank you, everybody. It was nice seeing you.
Okay, good seeing you too.
Okay.
Thank you, Jan.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Bye. Okay, let's go. Anybody else? Looks like
bye, Bonnie.
Waving their hands. There's Bonnie waving bye-bye and Dan waving bye-bye. I don't know if anybody's raising their hands. You have to go to the bathroom? Or
Dan's been raising his hand.
I'm on the Eastern time zone.
Okay, so Dan, let me You're there. Let's get you speaking. And everybody else, mute yourself and go ahead and tell us what you've been up to, Dan.
Okay, when I graduated from high school, the draft numbers came out, and I had a very low draft number, and they had stopped the student deferment program, so I joined the Air Force Reserves, and they made me a medic, which I had never intended to be. My plan was to be a Riverside policeman, but I became a medic, and while I was in medic school, I got talked into going to nursing school, which I did. I graduated from Riverside City College School of Nursing, worked for a few months, absolutely hated it. And the Air Force Reserves gave me a 1-year leave of absence. So I joined the Peace Corps, and I went to Micronesia, and I lived on a tiny little island, less than 1 square mile. And I provided all the health care to the natives on the island. No electricity, no running water. It was very primitive. Then I came back, worked for another year, and then decided to go on active duty for the Air Force after 6 years in the reserves, and then spent 28 years on active duty. We moved 11 times all over the United States, spent 3 years in Japan, got deployed to Kuwait in 2003. I was fortunate to be in some senior leadership positions, and I was a hospital commander of the Air Force base closest to the Iraqi border. So we saw some of the first casualties of the war with Iraq. Retired in 2007 to Fairborn, Ohio, which is outside of Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. And I've been very active there. I was on city council for 4 years, and then I was the mayor of Fairborn for 4 years. And now I do a lot of volunteer work. I taught at Wright State University for 8 years, taught disaster preparedness. We have a 50-acre disaster training facility called Calamityville. If you Google it, it pops right up. And we teach first responders, physicians, nurses, teach a lot of people from Wright-Pat Air Force Base. And then I'm very active now since I officially retired a few years ago, but I still do a lot of part-time teaching at Calamityville. And I'm on like 30 different committees, mostly veteran-related committees and healthcare committees. So I've been very active. 3 kids, 6 grandkids. My wife and I have our 40th anniversary this coming Sunday. So doing well. Everyone is doing good. Got through COVID. Unfortunately, my older sister, who was a 1969 Ramona graduate, she lived in Los Angeles, and unfortunately, she passed away from COVID last July. But everyone else in the family is healthy. But I've just been really busy. We lived in, like I said, Japan for 3 years. Absolutely loved Japan, northern Japan. When I was in Kuwait, the day I left in May of 2003, it was 200 or 118 degrees. Why anybody would choose to live in Kuwait is beyond me. But had a great experience with the Air Force. Would do it again, but they said I was too old. So, but got a chance to live all over. Every once in a while I get back to Riverside. I was there for the 40th, the 20th, 25th, and 45th anniversary. Laura, I don't know if you remember, but Laura Michi, you were the first girl I ever asked on a date. And Lee, Shirey, I think we were in Boy Scouts together. Yeah. And Liz, I remember sitting next to you in a lot of classes. And Susan, remember you well. So it's great to see everybody. And Don, yep. Well, that's pretty much my story.
Okay. Well, I opened up to the gallery view because everyone was shaking their heads when you're saying, I remember you and you and you.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah. Okay. Who else is on the East Coast? Raise your hand. It has a microphone that works. Nobody, nobody, nobody. How about Central Time Zone? Okay, Jolene, let me.
Wait, I have a comment.
Oh, you have a comment?
Laura,
okay, go for it. Huh?
Laura, I'm thinking. Do you know to push the mute button? It looks like just push mute, actually, and it unmutes.
She was unmuted, and she has no sound.
Oh. Okay.
And I remuted her, so that's why she shows up as being muted right now. But she has to use hand signals and like this to say yeah. But she's unable to make any notes. So let's see, Jolene, you've unmuted. So you're Central Time Zone. Why don't you talk to us and tell us where you are and what you've been doing?
I live in New Braunfels, Texas, which sits about halfway between, halfway between San Antonio and Austin. I'm still working. I'm a banker. I'm the banker that most
What's your maiden name? What's your maiden name?
Kreisman, Kreisman.
Okay, thank you.
And I will tell you, probably nobody remembers me. I was painfully shy well, I still kind of am, obviously not so bad tonight. I started at Ramona the end of our sophomore year. I'm originally from Wisconsin, and right out of, we barely graduated high school, and I was a January graduate, so that was why I didn't walk in June. And then I married in November to a military person, and did a bit of traveling. Went to Germany, got married and went to Germany. I've got one daughter who lives up in Massachusetts, and I probably, after we came back from Germany, we were in Louisiana and then San Antonio, and I've been in Oklahoma City, and now I'm back, and I'm counting the days till I can retire, which is probably another 2 years. And I think if I don't change my mind, which I've done like 6 times already, I'm going to head out to Arizona. And I have been back to Southern California a number of times because I still have relatives there. And in fact, I think probably 5 years ago, I have I have 2 nieces that live in San Diego, same age as us practically. And we drove up to Riverside. And I have to say, I've been gone so long, I didn't have any sense of direction while I was there. I really had to say, oh yeah, I recognize that now. And I started to say, I'm the banker who, when I come in, they go, oh God, she's back. Because I'm the compliance officer. I'm the lady who comes in to tell them what they have to do and how to do it. And they don't like it. But I have to say, I'm just the messenger. I say that over and over and over. But, in hindsight, I had a good time at Ramona. I was, because I wasn't there very long, and I was really shy. I made some friends, but I some of these names I recognize and people a little bit. But thank you for having this, because this is probably the closest I've gotten to anybody that we graduated with.
And this has especially become common with Zoom during the pandemic, because this is what my class of 70, had to do. We had to do things on Zoom because we couldn't get together. We were skunked by the pandemic. So
exactly.
Yeah. Well, cool. Yeah. Glad that you could.
Steve, I saw you put your fingers up when I said New Braunfels.
Yes, I lived in.
Did you ever spend any time in New Braunfels?
Oh, floating in Guadalupe, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Schlitterbahn,
Schlitterbahn, the best water park in the country.
Oh yeah, well, Air Force people, of course, you've been to San Antonio. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I lived in Kaigh, Texas for 13 years. So we went to Hill Country for to beat the heat in the summertime.
Relief.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well,
all
thank
right.
you, Joe. Okay, who else is Central Time Zone? Raise your hand. No. Oh, Pam. That's right. Okay, Pam, go ahead and speak and tell us what you've been up to.
Hi, everybody. It's great to be here. Try to be short. I married when I was 18, graduated from Ramona, obviously, and married an Air Force guy, which took me to Nebraska, back to Arizona, where both my sons were born. Then he got transferred out to back east to Manassas, and my daughter was born at Walter Reed. And then things didn't work out, and I moved back to California, worked there for a few years. In fact, both my boys are Ramona graduates. And then I met somebody there and got married and moved to Oxnard. And my daughter graduated from there, and she's still there, by the way. And his job brought us to Texas, and I've been in Texas since 2002. We didn't work out, and so I've been single since 2008 and lived in McAllen, Texas, which is way down southern part of Texas. and just took a leap of faith and moved up to Dallas Fort Worth in October of 2018, and I have still working now, and I have 9 grandchildren. Both my sons are married, and my oldest son has 1, 2, 3 kids, and my other son has 6.
Do you get to see them much?
Don't get to see them a lot. I have a granddaughter that graduated. She's 21, and I have another granddaughter. My oldest granddaughter turned 21 in January, and she is from my middle son's first marriage, and my oldest son's daughter will be 21 in October, and that was from his first marriage. And then they'll each have, you know, another spouse. So yeah, so I don't see him a whole lot, try to see him once a year. My one son here is nearby, but he was in the service, and he's an air traffic controller now at DFW, so he stays quite busy. And they just had another baby, and so they've got their kids range from 13 to 3 months. So they are kind of busy, so I don't see them a whole lot, but yeah. And then I'm busy working, and I said I'd never live in Texas, but it's actually not that bad. And I like it here, and just continuing to working. It's like I can't retire, so I'm gonna work. And so that's my life in one fell swoop. So
okay, very good. Let's see here. Who else do we have? Anybody else in Central Time Zone? No takers. Who's in Mountain Time Zone? Oh, come on. I'm not going to talk, though. I'm in New Mexico, so...
the Hubbells are in Mountain.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, so Marianne, let me, you have the floor. Go ahead, and both of you guys talk to us.
Okay, we're trying to share this tiny screen here, so it's a little awkward, but I first met Marianne in 9th grade at Shamawa, and I was smitten from that moment in Mr. Kenny's class. Somebody else here, I think, was in Mr. Kenny's class too, if I remember. So we were boyfriend, girlfriend all through high school. I cruelly dumped her when I went off to Cal Poly Pomona in whenever that was, in 71. I repented in early 1972. We got married in December of 72. We continued living in Riverside until early 80s. Then we moved up to Northern California, Placerville. And then in 1990, well, Marianne was hurt in a car wreck in 1989. So in 1990, we decided to drop out of life, and we went to Canada. That didn't work out so well, so we came back. We actually went to the reunion in 91. And then we started looking for some place to live. We were relatively homeless that summer by our choice. And we weren't destitute at that point. But we were looking for a place to live. We tried Nevada, we tried Idaho, and we landed in Logan, Utah. And we've been here for 30 years now. I took advantage of the fact that Utah State University is like 10 minutes away from home. And I decided I was going to do something. I didn't know what, so I took forestry classes. I got a degree in forestry. I'm an arborist now. But I had a day job at a cheese factory. So if you've ever had a McDonald's cheeseburger, I quite possibly cooked that for you. The cheese part of it, not the hamburger part of it. Yeah, but that job I got to retire from in February of this year. So now I'm home. We take the dog for a walk every day, and I do what tree work I can. Marianne slaves over a hot keyboard. Oh, Marianne's going to do her.
We left Riverside in '81. I'd been born in Riverside. My mother was born in Corona. So I was second generation Riverside County. I mean, that's important because I can remember in elementary school, Mr. Harmeal asking, how many of you were born in Riverside? And today is Mr. Harmeal's birthday. That's why Valda's not here. So Jim and I, we had 4 children. What? Michael? Hi, Mike. Anyway, we had 4 children. 3 boys and a girl. We have 2 grandsons. I work at Utah State University as an assistant pest disease diagnostician, and I also work as a secretary at the local farmers market. And that's about it. We live here and we have a lot of animals. We have ducks and geese and chickens, and it's just been fun. I think one of the most interesting things we did in our life was decide to just drop out and go to Canada, because I'd been so hurt in the accident that it was really stressful for the whole family. And we decided that we just wanted to take a year or 2 of just being at home alone together. And so we did that. We took our kids, we lived remotely. You could access the area by water or air only. And it was an experience to live in a town of around 100 people in the middle of nowhere in British Columbia. And it's just nice to be here, and it's nice to see some faces. And all my friends. I do have one thing to say to my friends who took German with us all those years. Do you know how dumb you all made me feel? Because I had no idea that most of the ones in the German class had all been Air Force kids who had lived in Germany. And so I would sit there, and German seemed to come easy to everybody but Marianne. So Jim and I would the only reason why I took German was because that was the only way Jim and I could have one class together. And we're coming up on our 50th wedding anniversary in December of '72. That's when we married. Yeah. And it's just nice to be here. It's nice to see you.
And that's kind of the beauty of Zoom, is that we can see people who are not nearby. It's really cool. Thank you very much. Anybody else in Mountain Zone? No, we're gonna start hitting people now. Okay, now it's gonna be the rush because we're getting people in Pacific time zone. Let's see, so who hasn't talked? Let me go across. Okay, I'm just gonna go across my screen. So Gail, Ms. Wesson, I'm gonna ask you to unmute and you can go ahead and chat. Can't hear you.
She's trying to unmute. Can't you see her?
I said she's trying to.
Yeah, okay. I think this message popped up saying the host wants you to unmute. When I clicked on that little window, that worked. But
lean forward, Gail. Lean forward so we can see you. Okay. Thank you. There we go. Thank you.
I had to leave to feed dogs and cats, but I'm back. I was a journalist at the Press Center. Well, I was a journalist in Las Vegas and then at the Press Enterprise for 42 years, working in like every office in Riverside County, some in San Bernardino, covering everything from city government to murder, death penalty, murder trials, and breaking news, crime stuff. I still, there were about 10 of us that our jobs were eliminated in 2018. I still am active on my Facebook for work related and today was one of those days. Steve Zappi can relate to this. 2 hikers were hiking. It's only 102 degrees, and these 2 hikers were out near Anza, and one of them ended up dying and the other was airlifted out. I'm not sure what that person's status is, but I kind of follow breaking news still. So Steve, there's a lot of people that are they're not prepared for hiking in weather like this. So anyway, so now I have done some, before pandemic, I did freelance writing for UC Riverside. I'm hoping to resume that. Today or this week, I'm house sitting. I do house and pet sitting, and I'm in Moreno Valley, 2 dogs and 2 cats. I also am kind of active with the lost and found pet groups, and we help try to connect found dogs with their humans, try to help the shelter out. I still hike a lot. I don't do as much photography as I used to, but I live in Hemet, which is inland from Riverside. And that's about it. Steve, I hope to be there. I'll email you, but I'm going to Colorado in September. So I'm hoping to maybe catch up with you and your lovely wife for lunch maybe, but I'll send you an email. I just now got the dates figured because states are starting to open up, and I've been waiting to go see an aunt who's been in assisted living lockdown, where they bring you your meals. You don't go to the dining room, but last week they got to go to the dining room. So they are letting people out. So it's time to go visit. So that's about it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and let me know, and I'll take you to Maria's and buy you a margarita or 3.
Margarita and tamales, the best.
And yeah, just so I'll say one thing about where I live. And Valda Jaramillo and Doug Woodruff moved to Albuquerque, or Las Lunas actually, south of Albuquerque. And,
oh, really?
And I am in Santa Fe. And so for those of you that are ever traveling on Interstate 40 going east or west, or on I-25 going north or south, you go through Las Lunas, Albuquerque, Santa Fe on I-25. But yeah, so we're this is the crossroads of New Mexico. And that's where we happen to be. So,
and I think Mexico is welcoming us. Can us foreigners from California travel? I've had some friends go through there recently.
Yep.
Are welcome to come through the state now.
You're welcome to come through the state. Absolutely. Okay, let's see. Kim, Mr. Lockwood, are you you're that zone? So go ahead and go ahead and unmute, and I'll give the floor to you.
I just popped a bourbon ball in my mouth, so I would be ready for all this. It was
What's
good.
A bourbon ball, Kim?
It's a little chocolate ball filled with bourbon.
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah, my wife and kids don't know that I'm an alcoholic that way. No. And when I left Ramona in '71, I went to University of Missouri, Columbia to study political journalism and music. I think the biggest cultural shock was #1, going to Missouri, and #2, going from the Ramona band of 49 to the marching Mizzou 452 strong. That was a major shock. During the summers of college, I interned in Washington, D.C. in the White House, worked with various congressional types of people. spent quite a few years and spent one semester over in Vienna, Austria, studying music. So enjoyed that. When I left college, I ended up back in Palm Springs for a semester where I met my wife, and we ended up getting married. And I ended up working for the city of Riverside for a year, and then was hired away by a large company that said, we need a political liaison. I said, well, I'm a journalist. And they said, well, it's just to talk about drywall. And I says, what is drywall? And they said, we don't care if you know what it is. You just have to be able to sell it to the politicians. So that was easy to do because it was nothing but BS. And I learned a lot of that in college and in the White House and different places real well. We got moved up to Ventura, and they said, you'll be out of here by 1980. Well, 2021, we're still here. We have 10 kids now. We're probably the youngest of the class. We have a 12 and a 15-year-old still at home and two 26-year-olds. We adopted 6 and had 4 birth kids here. 10 grandkids and 1 great-grandkid. And we had 3 grandkids graduate high school this year, so that was a lot of fun. For 34 years, we owned and operated a 36-bed pediatric subacute nursing home. I knew nothing about nursing. I knew nothing about kids. My wife talked me into it. And when I was traveling, I'd come home on weekends and I'd find a foster baby in the bathroom sleeping or someplace in the house. And she was working at the county hospital as a nurse in the NICU, and that's when she could bring them home legally for the weekends. And when she'd check a baby out of the hospital and bring it home. So I really had no plans of having extra kids, but of course you see that didn't work, and I was convinced, so we adopted 6 more. So we had a total of 8 girls and 2 boys. They've kept us very busy. We've now I work as a consultant for Joint Commissions. I'm a training consultant in pediatric care and specialized in subacute, and I really felt privileged. I got to manage my first heart transplant case this year of a little 8-year-old that waited 7 months on the waiting list, and I was the consultant between the hospital and the family to make sure everybody was happy. And it was a very unique experience here in California to manage that program. So that's about it. You know, we go to college, we go to high school with all these great plans, and we end up doing what our wife wants. So I'm happy if the wife's happy, right? And we've been remodeling a motorhome for the last 8 months, and we're homeschooling our 12 and 15-year-old in the last 2 years. And we hope to do a little road scholar work this coming fall. And so if you have boondocking sites, please post ahead and we'll be happy to drop in.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's see, I've got...
Steve.
Yes.
Steve, this is Bonnie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to butt in. I'm going to have to leave. And so I wonder if I can just butt in and get my little story.
Absolutely. You have the floor, Bonnie. Go for it.
I am really sorry about that. I'm really fascinated, and sorry I won't get to hear the other stories. I'm really proud of everybody that's spoken so far. I'm proud of our class and what everybody has done so far. I was like someone before said, they were very shy in high school. Probably nobody remembers me. I was also very quiet, but I am married. I live in Orange County. My husband and I, he's from Upland. I was from Riverside, and we got married, and then we moved to Fallbrook, lived there for 22 years, and then moved back to Orange County to be closer to our son and grandchildren. So we now live 2 miles away from them. My husband is a lawyer and has been in private practice for what's almost 49 years now, almost, I guess. And he's a criminal defense lawyer, has always practiced in Riverside, and is now, he was the public defender for Riverside County, and has done that for about 8 years now. And so we moved here to be closer to the grandchildren 8 years ago. So I have to leave because our kids and grandkids they've just arrived for dinner and I haven't started yet. So they just got here. So anyway, that's what we've been. I'm a homemaker, and I've been doing that. We've been married for 42 years, and we've done a lot of traveling, but we've kind of just stayed with the family, and that's kind of what we've done for our life together. And I know Gail Wesson from just reading her articles over the years and being interested in her take on all of what's gone on in Riverside and her journalism, and always been impressed with her journalism over the years. And being that my husband's in the criminal defense work, that she always came up, and she's always done a good job. So that's kind of what I've been doing over the last 50 years. And that's kind of where we are. And we've had a good life together and enjoyed it. And it's good to see all of you and hear your stories, and heard the interesting and different aspects of your lives. And I'm sorry I won't be able to hear the rest of it. I have to go make dinner.
Well, I will say that we're recording this, and I'm going to put it up. And
oh, good.
On YouTube.
Yeah. On YouTube.
Oh, great.
On the page here. So if you, like Lorrie was watching our 3-hour plus one.
Yes.
Recently.
I watched all 3 hours.
Oh. Yeah. Anyway.
I did. It wasn't boring. I was doing the now and then pictures. It was very entertaining while I was doing my work.
But you have to be quick to find those little rude comments that are made by some people about other people, because we don't bleep anything out. But anyway, yeah, so you can come back and find yourself on YouTube and then start from there. And
I'd love to do that.
Yeah, and thank you for sharing that too.
I would love to do that.
Okay, very good.
Thank you. I thank you for you guys that have organized everything.
And enjoy your kids.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
So who else? Let's see. I mean, because even if I'm going through the list here that I see, but if you have some urgency and you think you want to butt in or say your piece, okay, Mr. Burrus, I see you there. Let me go ahead and I'll ask you to unmute, and you can speak your part. Go ahead.
Well, hi everybody. This is really great to be able to see all of you. I kind of like maybe what some other people have mentioned. You know, many of you may not remember me because I wasn't that active or popular in high school, but it's great to see everybody. And I haven't been on a reunion since the 10-year one, but 50 is kind of a big deal. So I definitely wanted to reconnect with everybody and just say hello. Yeah, I married a poly girl, and we've been married for 45 years. We got 2 kids and 6 grandkids. We left Riverside in 2001. I had been working for SoCal Gas, and then I was part of the merger team when the parent company of SoCal and SDG&E merged, and I came down here to work in San Diego, and we live in Poway now, and love it here. Yeah, so basically I worked for them for 38 years. I worked for a long time in the real estate and facilities group, and then I ended up in emergency operations center for SDG&E and did several mutual aid projects, including probably my last one was working in Hurricane Sandy up in upstate New York during that time. So we've been retired ever since, and we're just enjoying life. Play a lot of golf. We do a lot of, done a lot of skiing, and we do some camping, and we just got back from Mammoth, and on our way back, we had to make a quick run through Riverside and stop in at Ancho's, and which we love, and so we stopped in there, and we still have some connections with Riverside. My kids both live in Marietta and Temecula, but yeah, Riverside was always our home, and we thought we would never leave it, but that's the way it worked out. So yeah, we just are doing well, and we're active in our church, and just really enjoy seeing everybody. And I really appreciate the opportunity to say hello to everybody. I'm not sure if we'll make it in October or not, but I hope you are all well, and God bless.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
I need to say one thing. If you're local in San Diego, you need to make it, Mr. Don. Come on, boyfriend. You can't like say I'm not going to make it when you're like less than 2 hours away. It's going to be a fun reunion, our very last one. Come on.
Last one. The last one. That sounds.
Laura Meacher will be talking about that.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Well, I have to go too, because my wife is getting hungry and she's got dinner on the table. So
hey, yeah.
Talk to you guys.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you again. Bye now.
Okay, who's next? Let me see. Just switch around here. Anita, are you able to talk? Yeah, you're next on my list, so go ahead.
Well, hey there. Okay, can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Okay. I didn't walk for graduation. I graduated midterm, and it was so nice seeing those pictures. Believe it or not, those are the first ones I've ever seen of our graduating class. There were so many people. I'm sad that I missed it. I got kind of teary-eyed, Lorrie, so thanks for showing that. I had 2 kids. I have 6 grandkids. I worked at First American Title for 30 years, and I retired when I was 54. I've been living the good life ever since. I enjoy retirement more than I ever did working. I'm living in sunny Henderson, Nevada. It's 117 today. So I do like the warm weather, so I guess I picked the right place. Let's see. I think that's about it for me. Well, I was adopted, and during this time, I've relocated my biological family. And when I was being raised, I was an only child, and I'm actually one of 16 kids. So that's been an adventure, finding out what they're all like. So that's been fun.
How many of those have you reconnected with?
All of them except the ones, there was 3 that had already passed away. I was a middle child completely on both sides. So it was an interesting story. Not well planned.
Yeah, that is awesome. That is awesome to actually make that reconnection. Wow.
It was.
Cool. Very good. Thank you. Okay.
I want everyone to know Diana Welch just joined us. Diana Votaw. Yay.
Yay.
She's down there. She's at the end of my list now, as a matter of fact. So guess what, Lorrie? It's your turn on my list here to talk about yourself, which I know you might find that hard to do, but go ahead.
I know, I'll try really hard to, break out of my shell and tell everybody. I'm sure most people know my story because it's on Facebook all over the place. I was very lucky to meet up with Gary after I was 57 years old. He called me to go out to lunch. I'm a Riversider. I bought my parents' house that I was raised in, so I've always been in Riverside. I did leave for a couple of years to go to the beach for, you know, some odd reason, but in the meantime, I've been back. And he came down to see his mom and wanted to go to lunch. So there we are, like dating for a year. And the people that lived up north, Diana especially, and some of the other girls might remember going up there so I could see what his house was like before I married anybody. This is my third marriage. The first two didn't work out, and that's okay. I was trying to figure it all out. And I wrote in my journal to God that I wanted to meet someone from my past. I was divorced for 23 years, and Gary had asked me out, and it was like, he told me stories about how he had a crush on me in 9th grade, but Gary was very, very shy. And if you people know he was in your classroom, he didn't talk to anybody. He was just like, you know, secluded with 2 other friends in school. So he didn't do any dating or anything until like his 11th grade year. So I never knew he liked me. Linda Shanahan was one of his favorites, and even Lynn Irving, but he never told anybody that he liked anybody. So it was kind of fun to meet up with him, like I said, when we were 57 years old. And after dating for a year, we got married in July of 2010. And like I said, it was my third marriage. I'd only been married 1 year to my son Taylor's father. And I was married 3 years to another guy that was like when Taylor was 6 years old. So Gary was like the stepdad at, Taylor was 27, I think. Anyway, it was fun because he's just bonded with Taylor, and wonderful husband. If you guys even had him in your classes, he was a nice guy, was always a good guy. I mean, I'm very blessed by God because we're just happily married, even though I struggled to be married because I was, you know, the ruler of my house for so long. And you people that are single know how you like things the way you like things. But God is helping us blend and learn to live with each other. And it's fabulous. Definitely to have God in your center of your marriage and in your life at all. And totally, I'm blessed. He does a lot of work around the house. Since he's not here, I'm gonna tell his story. He was a construction man for 20 years. And then he went back to school and became an engineer for the last 20 years. And when he moved down here and we got married in July of 2010, he started working for my studio, which I've been a photographer for 45 years. And he literally helped me with Facebook, or excuse me, the Photoshop stuff, because his engineering skills was great. And so that made it so easy for me to transition into making everybody's pictures look good. And I hope you guys appreciated that, because we just looked fabulous in our little now and then pictures, and or then and now pictures, I guess. And I just am pleased as punch to be part of the group. I love, you know me, I had a reunion every 5 years because I love parties. I'm not much of a drinker, but I sure love to be around people. I get my high energy from people, you guys know that. So that's where I'm at. I just love people, and God has just blessed me with a wonderful husband and a wonderful life. And unfortunately, my son's 38, never been married, engaged twice, but never walked down the aisle. And those were blessings too, because he dodged bullets with both of those girls. And so I literally, you know, I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to have all you guys in my life. Laura and I love doing the reunions, and we've been the committee. Nancy came and went a couple of times, but we have been the committee to just make sure you guys have a great time. Laura works really hard at it. And I just enjoy talking to people and loving people. That's all. Signing off.
Are you sure? you are like the type extrovert. You get energized by everybody else. Yeah. And so thank you, Lorrie, for all that you do, and asking me to help you do this, because this is being fun for me too. Okay, who's next? I've got, let's see, anybody else have to go quick before I go on to the next one? I've got Evelyn next. Evelyn Williams, are you ready to chat and tell us what you've been up to?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, well, I'm still in Riverside. I graduated from Cal State Long Beach. I've been retired now 3 years, and I worked 40 years in the beverage industry as a quality assurance manager, 20 years for 7-Up and 20 years for a juice manufacturer. And I don't have any children, but I have 17 nieces and nephews and over 30 great nieces and nephews. So I have enough to keep me busy. And I'm just here in Riverside enjoying life. Love retirement, every day Saturday.
Tell us about your the framed artwork behind your head there.
Oh, that is the historic. That's the orange historic, and we got that poster, and then we had it framed, and so that's Riverside.
And that's another plug for the reunion because that's where it's going to be, right?
Yes, yes.
You didn't know you were an advertisement tonight for the reunion.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, very good. Let's see. Next, I've got Karen. You're up. Go ahead and unmute.
There, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Go for it.
Oh, perfect. Well, let's see. Graduated with this wonderful class in 1971 from Ramona. Went to RCC for 2 years and then transferred to UC Davis with another classmate, Sandy Messner. And from there, moved to Ventura with my new husband, and then lived in Ventura for 2 years and then moved to Bakersfield. And I got my master's in school counseling here in Bakersfield. And I was in the industry for over 30 years. And I retired 8 years ago. And as Evelyn said, I'm just loving it. It's really quite good. You know, it's nice to have my days be my own. I have 2 children. One is in Canada and one is in Texas, and we all survived COVID and did all that. And you know, we're very grateful for that. I've had some health issues come up the last few years. And so regretfully, I will not be at the reunion, but hopefully somebody will stream stuff like we're doing here. It's wonderful. And have many, many fond memories of going to school at Ramona. I was an Army brat, and fortunately my dad finally retired and I was able to be at Ramona all 3 years. And that was really a lot of fun. So anyway, glad to see everybody. Enjoy hearing what people have done and what they're up to. Thank you, Steve and Lorrie, for doing this.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you for sharing that. Liz, you're next. Oh, yes, you. It's your turn.
I'm having some snacks here.
Hey, I need a refill.
Yeah, rinse it down with that drink.
Okay, let's see. I graduated in 71 with you guys. I had started RCC a semester ahead, so I got 1.5 years of RCC. Larry, who's Larry Deck and class of 70, finished 2 years of RCC. We got married, and we're still married. And then we went to Sonoma State. Then we went to San Jose State and graduated there. Had a boy and moved to Eastern Oregon, where we were teachers. And after Eastern Oregon, we moved to Western Oregon, and we've been here ever since. We live in Eugene, Oregon now. Let's see, we were teachers for a while, and then Larry got an MBA from the University of Oregon and became a certified public accountant. And I stopped public education and started my own business of teaching children sewing after school for 14.5 years. And then what did we do? Oh yeah, we built a log house. That's where we live now. And we're on 12 acres in the forest. And we had chickens and donkeys and cats. And we've pretty much downsized from all of our animals because now we're retired, and we have a 20-foot trailer and kayaks, and we go to Baja in the wintertime. And then I also joined Sisters on the Fly, which is a women's RV group. And so I have my own little trailer, and so I camp with the women when I'm not camping with Larry. anything else? Oh, we have 2 kids and 4 grandkids, and we're really blissfully happy. And it's fun to reconnect. At 50 years, Larry was very into it last year with Steve. Steve Zappa is a great coordinator and facilitator, and we appreciate you. And you know, we are community, whether we're together or whether we're apart. We do have similarities and a history that binds us together. So thank you.
We'll have Larry stick his head in there for a second.
Larry, he's making us dinner.
I can tell.
So
Oh, you
Steve's
let
gonna
your
tell
hair
him.
grow. Good grief. dude.
Hey, yeah, it's my COVID hairstyle.
Oh,
by the time October comes around and we have a reunion, it's probably gone.
Oh,
yeah, he's loving it.
Okay.
Right now, it looks like it did in '72 when Liz and I were married.
Right.
But it wasn't white then, was it?
No.
No.
No, blondes have more fun, right, you guys?
Yeah. Good to see you, Larry. Oh, gee, yeah.
Thank you, Steve.
You guys are one of the reasons why we decided we would have our reunion the same time as yours. So for those of you that don't know, class of 70 is going to have their reunion on the Saturday night.
But you're having it because of the homecoming game. Come on, Steve, that was your main reason.
No,
No, it's all about me and Lair.
it's about her and Lair, yes, absolutely. And there are others. There are others that there are matrimonial unions between class of 70 and 71. I figure might as well.
Yes, Luann Webb and Oakland, they're coming and they're going to both reunions.
Yeah. So we're working.
I think we're going to camp in our RV, and I think
that sounds like fun.
Maybe at the Elks, or I don't know.
No, that one over by the Rubidoux. Below the Mount Rubidoux is a fabulous camping.
We're staying there. It's Harupa.
Yes.
Harupa something. Harupa Hills.
Yes. Rancho something.
Rancho Harupa. It's a county park.
County.
Oh, the county park, Harupa. Lairberry.
Yep.
What?
We got reservations. Okay. You better check the reservations. Yeah.
Okay, that'd be great.
Okay.
I have a quick question for Liz. When were you at San Jose State? I was there 71 to 75.
Let's see. Wait, who said that?
It's Gail Wesson.
Oh, hi, Gail.
We both graduated in 75.
Yeah, Lair and I graduated in 75. Casey was born during finals week, and he was born in 75. Yeah.
So I graduated then, but there were probably about 30,000 people there, so we may never have crossed paths.
Well, and I was home ec, and you were probably journalism.
Journalism and Spanish. So
nice.
Okay, that's it. I'll set up now.
Okay. Next is Janet.
Thank you.
You're on my list, Janet. Go for it. That unmute? We're working on getting unmuted here. I know you had it earlier.
There we go. Okay. All right. Yes, one thing I just want to ask, since you had mentioned about the 70 and 71, 70 is going to be where?
To be determined at this point. We're looking, but it's going to be somewhere in the greater Riverside, Moreno Valley area.
So it's not going to be with us, 71.
Well, you know what? We only had 3 people complain that we didn't want to mix with the 70s, but I don't even see them on here, so we might reconsider. Steve, we have another place for that.
Yeah, but what Lorrie has suggested, and I think is a good idea, is that we will probably have jointly on Friday, when you have your picnic at the California Citrus Park, we can come and join you with that. We're not going to come to your main reunion, and we're not going to invite you guys to our main reunion. So you're having yours on Thursday night. We're having ours on Saturday night. We're still looking for a place to land, but we will do that. But the only time we will commingle is likely going to be on that Friday from 11 to 4, whenever you guys are having that. So that's that. Anyway, go ahead, Janet.
Okay, well, graduated midterm. I'm not sure if I walked or not. I don't even remember. So if somebody can remember me walking, then let me know that I did. But I did go to RCC for a couple of years, and I was Tiger mascot there for a couple of years. So that was a whole lot of fun. I got to cover up my face and do whatever I wanted to do without anybody knowing who I was. Nobody knew who I was while I was there, except for the pep squad and the basketball players and the football players. Nobody else knew. But then I went to Colorado for about a year, Colorado Springs. I had met my future husband on a vacation and then moved there. And he was going to the Air Force Academy. And he graduated in 75, in June of 75. And in December of 75, we got married. And Lorrie was our photographer. So thank you, Lorrie. But we lasted about, well, it was 13 and a half years and 2 children. And the kids were born in Germany. So after we married, we went to Alabama. I don't recommend it. Southern California girls just are not good in Alabama. And then we went to New Mexico. We were in Alamogordo, New Mexico, down south from where you are. And that was the driest place I have ever lived. Hot, well, it's dry. I mean, dry weather. I mean, we came in literally in a mud storm, and not rain, but mud. And so you understand that. And so it was mudding when we got there. The next day, the base parking lot was full of puddles. And one of the women were complaining about it being so humid. It was 18% humidity. She was complaining about the humidity. Well, we had just gotten there from, well, anyway, so humidity to me is a whole lot more than 18%. So we were in Alabama, New Mexico for 6 weeks. Then he went to Virginia. I got pregnant when we were we went to Arizona, to Phoenix, Arizona, where he was doing some, learn how to fly an NF-15. Then he went to Germany and had to find a place to live before I came out there, but I'd gotten pregnant in Arizona. So I had 2 kids in Germany, and brought a 2.5-year-old and a 2-month-old home to the United States. And I embarrassed everybody, and my friends, the friends that were on the plane with us, and my husband. I handed him the baby, and I got down on my hands and knees and kissed the tarmac. I was so glad to be back in the United States. And then we were kind of bounced from Virginia back to Las Vegas, because Las Vegas was where he was going through the fighter lead in. And then we went to Virginia for 3 years, lived through a hurricane. Southern California girls and hurricanes are weird, you know. I believed everything that they told me to do, tape the windows, and my neighbors are pointing and laughing. What are you gonna do? So he had an accident, so we lived through that. He had to go swimming in the ocean for a little while, and then we went from Virginia back to New Mexico, back to Alamogordo, and 3 years in New Mexico, and then we were back to Nevada, and like someone else who lives in Henderson, Nevada, I was in the Green Valley section of Henderson off and on for 20 years, and actually I really like Henderson. And then we got divorced a couple of years after we moved back, and the kids are great. I married a second time, and that lasted 2.5 years. So I just wasn't going to put up with a lot of stuff after that. So my kids are grown. They both married in Las Vegas. My daughter and her husband and 5 children live in Ohio now, just outside of Cleveland. My son, daughter-in-law, and their 3 kids live in Maine, just outside of Bangor, Maine. And my grandson, my son's oldest, just graduated from high school in Bangor. So I thought that was kind of cute. My oldest, my daughter's oldest is just turned 20 in March, and she went on a mission, an 18-month mission to Hawaii, to the Leahi Temple Visitor Center on Oahu, near the Polynesian Culture Center, BYU Hawaii. I don't know if all are have ever visited Oahu, but there's the Polynesian Cultural Center, there's the temple there, there's a visitor center, and so she's one of the missionaries, the sister missionaries with they all have matching moo-moos, so it's really kind of sweet. She's a sweetie.
Okay, well.
And so I'm just
bring it to a little close. Say what?
I one of the things, a couple of things that I did for myself was I was a nurse's aide for 5.5 years in home health, and then I had to move back to take care of my mom, and I took massage therapist classes. So I was a massage therapist for 10 years, and then that took a turn, and I ended up coming back to Riverside. So I'm here.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And next, let's see. I've got Eric with his nice pool behind him. You wanna say a few words, Eric? Unmute yourself and.
Can you hear me?
You bet.
Okay. Well, I'm a Riverside native, born in Riverside General Hospital, 1953. I went to Jefferson Elementary, and after 6th grade, after graduating from the 6th grade, my parents split up, and so I began to move around a bit. My dad was in the construction industry, and he followed the work. So I went from Riverside to Huntington Beach. Spent that summer, the summer after the 6th grade, in Huntington Beach, and then next school year I did the 7th grade in Huntington Beach, and from there it was like a lot of moving around. Went from Huntington Beach to the Bay Area, went to Seattle, wound up. By the time I got into high school, I was on Whidbey Island in Washington State, and I did 2 years of high school there. And then Dad moved to Bellingham, and I thought, well, next stop is Canada. I'm out of here. So I left home at 16, moved back to Riverside, and was able to do my last 2 years of high school at Ramona, and tried to, reconnect with my friends from. And also I did because I went back and forth at least once between mom and dad. I think I did a year at Sierra Junior High. So for my 3rd year of high school, I tried to reconnect with my friends from, grade school and in Ramona, and did that a little bit, and then left again. For some reason, I went back to Washington after high school. I graduated. In fact, I was such a studious individual the first 2 years on Whidbey Island because there was nothing else to do. I thought Whidbey Island was the biggest hick town in the world. Didn't really come to appreciate it until much later in life. But graduated from Ramona with the rest of you in 71, and then had a very bad and a very short marriage after that, and decided I needed to take a year just to relax and recoup and recover. And so I went to spend a year with my dad, who was back in Washington, Vancouver at that point. I was going to stay for a year and then come back to Southern California, because I had spent a year actually. I went to at least part of the 7th grade in Huntington Beach, and I fell in love with Huntington Beach. And so most of the rest of my life I spent on my way back to Huntington Beach. So after the bad marriage, moving back to Washington to spend a year with my dad, I wound up spending 11 years. Met the love of my life, my soulmate. Married her in 78, and we're still married today. But I followed my dad in the construction industry initially, and if you know anything about construction, it's feast or famine. And so at about 78, there was a famine up there, and so I was tired of working for a living anyway, so I went into law enforcement. And I spent 10 years in law enforcement, 78 to 87 in Washington State. And the whole time telling everybody, I'm just passing through, I'm on my way back to Huntington Beach. And so finally, and the thing was, I went through several on-the-job injuries as a law enforcement officer. And the last one, I just wasn't 100%. I didn't feel I could, protect the community or my fellow officers. And so I took an early retirement, or at least left. At the time, I didn't know that. I felt like workers' compensation was some kind of a scam. I didn't want to get involved in that. I was still able to do other things. I just wasn't 100% to do a job that you needed 110% to do. So in 87, I left, moved back to California, and I'm thankful that it was Huntington Beach. I spent 30 years in Huntington Beach. 2 years after I moved back, I got my private investigator's license, and I spent the rest of my working career as a private investigator, primarily, not primarily, almost exclusively doing insurance fraud. So I was kind of doing the same job, but I was enjoying it more and getting paid more. Like what I tell people about leaving law enforcement, even though it was an on-the-job injury, is I tell them, well, I spent 10 years in law enforcement, and during those 10 years, I worked closely with politicians, lawyers, and judges, and it just suddenly occurred to me that for the last decade, I've been putting the wrong people in jail, and so I got out. But I've loved my career as a private investigator in insurance fraud, and my license is still good. I'm not really active. I'm not looking for anything. If somebody contacted me to do something for them, I'd be happy to do it.
We have to thank you for all the work you did on the website, Eric, and you found lots of our people throughout the years of our reunions, being your investigative. We really appreciate you and your skills. Thank you so much. All of us can thank you.
Well, I was happy to do it, and I had the resources to do it, and I'm glad that we found the people that we did find, and I think maybe a couple of them are here tonight. So anyway, like I said, along the way, I had twin daughters. They're in their 40s now, born in 84. They're still living at home. And that's a blessing and a curse, I think. I'm not sure. But
you
hey,
make it too easy. That's why they live at home. You make it too easy.
but we're family, and so it's good. And the last I actually when I graduated and left Riverside, it was the kind of thing where it's like happiness was Riverside in my rearview mirror. Didn't think I'd ever come back, but I'm back in at least Riverside County, not City of Riverside. But I'm out in the desert, and I moved out here because in Huntington Beach, when it was damp, it was painful for me to tee up my golf ball. It was hard to bend over, and so I said, okay, plus property. My property was $300 or $400 a square foot. It was $125 out here, so I was able to sell my house and pay cash for this house and add the stuff you see in the background here. Cool. So I'm enjoying retirement, and over the last probably, I don't know, several years before I moved out here, my wife was involved in Bible study and that sort of thing. And I thought, well, I don't know about this. And I read something that the guy that he was the Secretary of State, the Secretary of the Treasury, and he was also the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court for Abraham Lincoln. Said that he decided to make a study of the Bible as he would any legal case that was brought before him, using the same principles of evidence. And he decided that the Bible was actually a inspired book. And so I thought, well, I've had a little bit. When I left the police department, I was a major crimes investigator, and was actually the SWAT team. And I don't mean that I was on the SWAT team. I was the SWAT team. It was a small department, and I went through training for SWAT, and actually had a case that required SWAT. So they called me out, and but I won't get into that. Anyway, so I decided that I was going to do the same thing that Justice Chase did, and make an examination of the scriptures and decide for myself whether it was a bunch of hooey or whether it was actually divinely inspired. And that was the conclusion that I came up with my investigative experience. And so I'm a minister now and Bible instructor. And so that's pretty much my story.
Okay. Thank you. Let's see. Next, we are going to. Okay, we're getting near the end. Oh, we got about 4 to do. We got Susan. French. Wake up. Wake up. Here we go.
Hi. Tell us your maiden name. My maiden name is Groves. So if people don't recognize the French, it's Susan Groves French. Okay. After graduation, my parents decided to move up to Redding, Northern California. So I had to leave everybody behind and everything behind. I grew up in Riverside. I was born at March Air Force Base. So, that's all I really knew. But coming up here has been good. 2 years later, I met my husband who at church. We met at church, and then he was a short-term missionary to Niger, West Africa. And so he went off that direction. I went to 1 year at college in South Dakota, Mitchell, which happened to be where my grandfather was on the board of trustees there. One of the men's dorms is named after him. But I was the only grandchild that had gone there, and he had really hoped that somebody would. So I went there. And then after that, I came back to Redding. And then my husband
who was just a friend at that time, came back from West Africa. We met up again, and we were married in, let's see, 1973. I was 20, he's 25, and we were married the first weekend after our Bible school started. He decided he wanted to be the first students that were married in the history of the school. So that's why we did that. Kids started coming along. We have 4 children, 2 girls and then 2 boys.
Sorry, I just muted you. You got to unmute. My mistake. There we go. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Anyway, so 3 of my kids are married, 1 isn't. 2 of them live here. We have 10 grandkids. And there's 6 here and 3 in Florida, Tampa. And we go back there quite often to visit, that's coming up. We're gonna be there soon. And let's see, my husband's calling. I will put him on hold. We homeschooled for 14 years. And let's see, I worked for off and on at various places. I never went to much college, so I didn't have a degree in anything, but I was able to get a job working for financial advisors, just doing paperwork for them in that office for a while. And then I became the full-time receptionist there, which I loved. I love meeting people and really tuning in to what's going on in their lives and trying to be very empathetic with them. That's kind of my gift, I think. We moved to Arizona, Phoenix for 6 years when my husband, he was working, he had his own business as a welding supply salesman, and he was the only guy. And then the spotted owl controversy took away all of his clients, mostly the mills in Northern California area. And so we moved to Arizona. He got a job for the Jerry Falwell and his organization, as he was selling like insurance type stuff, where it was called a give back program. So you could give your money to them and then get it back. It was interesting how it worked. But anyway, he only did that for 6 years, and then we moved back to Northern California. And we've been here pretty much ever since. We moved down from Redding. We came down about 25 years ago to the Sacramento area, and we're in Roseville now. That's where we've been almost all along. So I just keep busy with my grandkids, and especially my granddaughters live nearby in Auburn, California, if you've heard of that. They are all involved in soccer. And so we have gone to a lot of their games, which I'm kind of at a loss because we never played soccer in Southern California. Did anybody, was it big for anybody? Because I played softball. I know there was a lot of baseball going on down there, but I never learned soccer. So it's a brand new thing for me, but it's kind of boring, actually, I think. But anyway, that's, and I do have another little granddaughter who lives about 3 minutes away from us. And I'll be watching her tomorrow morning. She's 2, just turned 2, adorable. But anyway, that's about it.
Okay. Thank you. Let's see. A little bird told me that Diana needs to leave soon, so we'll jump to Diana, and you can unmute and go ahead and speak.
This is one of our princesses, our beautiful princess from
Oh my gosh,
Fifth
Lorrie. I'm Diana, Votaw, Stewart, White, Welch. So I've been married 3 times. It's nice to see all of you guys and gals. Wow, it's wonderful. So I'll make it just quick. I am at Pismo Beach right now with my my daughter, and we're having just a little girls getaway after COVID, and it's been beautiful, sunny here. I've been married 3 times, like I said, and when I was in my 30s, I left Riverside with my second husband and moved to Vacaville, and stayed up there, and then married my third husband up there, and moved to Dixon. I was a teacher for almost 30 years in Vacaville Unified District, teaching elementary, kindergarten, second, and fifth at different times. I didn't start teaching until I was in my 30s, so I went back to school at Sac State when I was up there. And then after retiring 6 years ago, my husband was still working, and so 2 years after the retirement, we decided to move to Truckee. So we sold our house and everything. We had already put our 2 of our 3 kids through college, and so they were all out. My oldest, Chris, is still down in Riverside. He has 2 kids. He's divorced, and Taylor and Tucker are 8 and 10. So I get to see him when I can. It's been tough this last year. So Truckee is a wonderful place to live. It's up close to Donner Summit, close to Lake Tahoe. It's just a dream come true for me. My husband passed away 20 months ago. So at least he got, his couple years there where he just really loved the mountains. So I sold our home and just moved down the street, luckily, because I wanted to stay in that Tahoe Donner area. And so I have a townhouse that I'm living in. I have some girlfriends up there that we go hiking, biking, skiing, pickleballing. If you've never tried pickleball, it's super fun. It's like old ladies tennis. They just keep me occupied. My son Sam and his girlfriend bought a house in Winters, which is close to Dixon, that area, Sacramento area. Allison is a teacher in Chico, and she's married. And Chris is working for a bike company down in Riverside. So basically, that's it in a nutshell. I love being retired. I feel very, very fortunate to be healthy, and even though I miss my husband terribly, I'm carrying on. Life does go on, and I have my family and friends to support me through this. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody in October. I'm just thrilled, and I was a 71 graduate, so but I had friends in the 70 year too, and it's just really good to see Susan and Laura. Thank you for your work. I didn't know you worked so hard on everything. I give all the credit to Lorrie, just because I do. So I'm sorry. And Lorrie, thank you for your work. And Mr. Zappa, you sound like you are like a radio personality. Maybe you are. I don't know, but you should be, because you have good diction and a great voice. So thank you all for showing up tonight. Great to see you all. See you in a few months.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been told that in the past. That's really funny, but no, not a radio personality. Okay, next I've got Laura. It's your turn. Yes, go ahead and unmute, and we'll carry on with you. Oh, you're muted. Unmute. Look for a little microphone to push a button and unmute.
Far left, Laura, far left corner.
Yeah, okay.
Got it.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'd just like to say I just adore seeing everybody here. Some of the people on here tonight I've known ever since elementary school at Liberty Elementary. Danny and Diana and Dawn, who's left the Zoom, and Susan. We all went to Liberty Elementary, and Kim, can't forget Kim. And a lot of us lived in the same neighborhood. So it's really great to see everybody even longer than 50 years. My story basically is I've kind of had 3 different careers. I worked in the restaurant industry for about 10 years. And then I was a mean old county lady at the county hospital here in Riverside. And after I retired from there, then I started another job at Amtrak as an Amtrak reservation agent. And I retired from them a few years ago. I have a daughter and a granddaughter, and have been in Riverside the entire time. This is my home, and really enjoy planning the reunion. I'm really looking forward to the reunion in October. And yes, it will be the last one. This is it. It's the last dance. And I hope, Steve, that you have a good experience trying to find venues. But we'll be glad to host you at our picnic on Friday. I really hope to see everybody there, as many people as we can, and it'll be a great reunion. And thank you to Steve for facilitating this for you, and always thank you to Lorrie for everything that she does.
And Laura, and she works her butt off, but Laura, you are telling them it's the last dance because it is so consuming to try and plan an organized event. Anybody can have Zooms and see people and get together in Riverside. We're not telling you can't get together. We're telling you we're not going to organize it. You guys, it's too much work. At our age.
I agree. And there were a couple curveballs, the pandemic threw us. I mean, just from the time we started planning the reunion to now, so many things have changed. It was all up in the air for months and months, but now we have something in place and we just need you all to show up.
You didn't get the curveball like we did. Let me tell you.
That's very true. We did get to dodge that bullet.
You got to dodge that bullet. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Cynthia, you're next. We got just you and Mr. Bussey, and we'll be.
Can Cynthia move closer so we can see her face? It's dark.
Oh yeah.
Turn the lights on.
Do you have any light?
Oh, unless I move. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh. There you go. We can see Yosemite really well.
Okay, here we go. Claire, hi. Oh, you can hear me? Oh, okay. Well, I'm still here in Riverside. I'm still a native. Once I graduated from high school, went to RCC, just took general ed, didn't really want to know what I wanted to do. A couple of people decided nursing was a good idea for me, and there was a shortage, so that's the direction I went to. I never married, so I graduated from nursing in '79, and I just retired. Well, it was kind of like a forced retirement. I had a work injury that I've been through, still actually going through it since January 2015. It's a knee. I've had a knee replacement and it's not working well. So I'm not getting to enjoy my retirement as I would like to. It's put a lot of restrictions. I do have one son, he's 30. He's still with me. And he's planning on going into the nursing, even after all that I've been through. And workman's comp is something else. It's a joke. So that's kind of in the nutshell. I'm kind of robbed of enjoying my retirement, which after working almost 40 years as a nurse, and here I am still with my knee that I'm struggling with. So it's really been hard for me. So I'm not sure where it's going to take me in the end. So.
Sorry to hear about that, Cynthia. I've had 2 knee replacements and fabulous doctors. So sorry about yours.
Yeah, I had to go with the workman's comp doctor, and he was from Riverside Community Hospital a while ago. Something just went wrong, and I don't know what it is, and we're still dealing with it. So it's already been 3 years since my replacement, and it's really heartbreaking. It's not where I want to be, so I don't know what to do. Yeah.
That is heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is.
After having spent as many years as I've spent in the insurance fraud industry, I can tell you anybody that specializes in workman's compensation in this state is probably a crook.
Oh, well, I don't know what to, I mean, my case is still open, so I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. I haven't talked to my attorney for a while, so something went wrong, but it's really hard. I can't even walk around the block. That's how bad it is. So I'm really kind of lost.
Yeah, you
Work
might want to talk.
Work comp attorneys are crooks too. You need to find out who Lorrie had as a doctor and get that doctor.
Yeah. I don't know where I can go from there, but
send me your phone number on chat, Cynthia. Send me your phone number. Okay.
Okay, I sure will.
Okay,
Lorrie.
we'll talk.
Okay, thanks.
Good deal. Okay. So people are dropping off. I mean, we're down to like 22 participants, and it's like either potty breaks or time to go to bed.
We only started with 28, so that's not so bad.
We were up to in the 30s, so don't worry.
Oh,
about
we
that.
were?
Anyway,
Okay.
so Michael, why don't you tell us your happy story? If we can get you unmuted. Can't do it? I'm going to click ask to unmute and see if that changes anything for you. Does it show you something to push? Try that. No?
Far left corner, the far left corner.
He's trying. Okay, tell you what I'm going to do. Let's, I'm going to share the screen for one last thing, and that's to go through the then and now pictures that you guys have, okay? So let me just do that, and we will see what we see. And let's see here. Share screen. And it is, wait, where'd it go? There we go. I think that's it. Nope, that's the wrong list. Let me go to it and change. Hold on, that's the wrong one. New share. Nope, I'm going to cancel this. Okay, now we're having our technical difficulties. One more time with feeling. There we go. Nope.
Steve, I can share them from my computer if you want me to.
I got it coming up right here. Hold
okay.
on. Because I'll go through them faster than you. Okay, this is the way that they appear in your feed, and I'm going to go through. If you want to say, if you can narrate, if you like, Lorrie, be my guest.
Well, we know Lynette, Judy Lynette Baldwin. She was known as Lynette Baldwin in high school, but now she goes by Judy.
Mm-hmm.
And Bigby, we know she was married to John Derby, which was, what do I want to say, high school, another classmate.
Yep.
I guess he was Tim Buck in high school, and now he's Sean. I remember him telling me that.
Oh, there's a guy that can't talk.
There, yeah, Mike, we hope you can get yours unmuted so we can talk, hear from you.
In fact, if you want to keep trying, if you get when you interrupt, we'll let you talk.
Dan Campos, I ran into him when I was having PT. I fell off my bike and injured my shoulder, and he was at the PT at the same time. So I went outside and took his now picture. What do you think of that? How cute. And he was from Austria.
Yep, we saw him earlier.
And another classmate that married a classmate, that's John Derby. And that was what he looked like in the 70s because he didn't have a yearbook picture. And Rick Durst, we didn't hear from him, but he's up north. Jen was, no, she wasn't on.
Yeah, she was.
But, oh, she was earlier? Oh, we didn't hear her talk.
Should have duck out for
oh, okay. She has lots of grandkids. That's what I remember her telling me. And we did hear from Anita. I think she's still on. Bless her heart. Kathy was on. This is Michelle May's boyfriend. So Michael Foster and her hooked up later in life. Barbara, I remember her from high school. Linda, I remember her coming to a lot of the reunions. Linda Gilbert. And Susan's on. Susan Groves Ray French in her glamour picture. And Deborah was on. She was a class officer as well. She was our treasurer. And there's Laura. She was on. Too bad your mic didn't work.
Well, one of our mute. Yeah, one of our mute.
Yeah. And Charlotte said she was the first one to send me her glamour pose. I didn't have to do any retouching. So that's why I decided everybody gets to have the swipe of glamour. That was my first picture I received. And Jim was on. Yeah. Married one of our classmates. Lynn lives down at the beach. She's my dear friend and we still see each other. Valda couldn't come on. I would think somebody had said she was with her dad.
Yep, birthday celebration.
Okay. Kevin Johansson is coming to the first reunion, his 50-year reunion. They're coming from St. George, Utah. Him and his wife are coming. First time. I did the glamour on me completely.
Oh, you don't need any touch-up at all, do you?
Oh, shush. Uh-huh. Karen was on. We heard from her. She came to all the reunions. Liz was on. Liz's COVID pearls. I love those. And Benita, we take Benita to lunch. She lives in LA and she's cute as can be. And there's a bunch of us girls that take her to lunch when it's her birthday. She comes out to visit her niece. She never married and she works for the government in LA. And Willie, too bad he wasn't on, but that was his picture, what he looked like in the 70s, because he didn't have a yearbook picture. And Sharon, I know she's in the Moreno Valley area, I believe. Debbie Lemley, our homecoming queen, still up in the Northern California area. Laura Leonard lives in Riverside, and she is married to somebody that was in council with her, some of the government people. She's still around Riverside. And Kim, you lied. You have a beard now, and you didn't send the picture with your beard. But you look good in that picture. Dick's wife sent this one. So that's what Dick looks like now. He's in Riverside. We saw Dawn on the call earlier, and she's in the beach area, down at the beaches. And Cheryl sent me her picture and said she was very shy and didn't know why she sent her picture, but I think it turned out really nice. She was married to Walter. I can't pronounce that last name, but they're divorced now. He was a classmate.
Is that spelled right? I think it's Martinek, M-A-R.
Okay, I'm going to check it again, but she had told me she's divorced from him. So I know she's Cheryl Maychem, or, you know, the maiden name, but I'll check it. Thanks. Nancy was on. She's married to John Bracey. They still live here in Riverside all their lives. They've been married for probably almost 48 years. And our darling Laura, the committee. Sharon Mendoza sent me a picture pretty much in the beginning stages. I went to high school and junior high with her. Adrian lives in Riverside. She just retired from UCR. She'll be at the reunion, I'm sure. John Perez, I didn't know him in high school. Did anybody know him in high school? I just know that he was nice about sending a picture. Bonnie Pope was on. very interesting picture I was telling Bonnie. And there's our little happy face, Rick Pulsifer. He looks so serious in his senior picture. He's so happy, and 50 years later, so cute. Jim and Grant were twins, and I didn't get one from Grant, but here's Jim playing the guitar. He's a minister here in Riverside. Jeanette Ross, I went to junior high and high school with her. She's a happy face. She lives in Riverside. Norma lives in Riverside. I still see her, one of my dear friends. We got married. Gary and I got married in her backyard, her and Jeff Colopy. That was fun. Alvera, she sent me the picture. She's very active on Facebook, so she'll be at the reunion. Linda Shanahan and I still see each other. She works at Fritz Ford, probably 30 years. Fritz Ford in the Auto Center. Lee was on. He's in Canada. We all know that. Karen, we just talked on the Facebook. I was familiar with her in high school. My adorable hubby. Greg Stover rides bikes with John Bracey a lot down to the beach. They ride their bikes from Riverside down to the beach a lot. They're kind of pals. Tina, she lives in Hemet. She was a Riversider all the way up until a couple of years ago. Now she's in a retirement community, loves it, has grandchildren, loves it. Marilyn, we're on Facebook together. She'll be probably coming to the reunion. Eric was on and loving golfing all the time in his retirement. He didn't have a yearbook picture, so we got that one out of the 10th grade book. Our beautiful princess, Diana, she was on. And Walker was on in the beginning, and she's still up in San Francisco doing her artwork. Wonderful artist. And Marianne was on, married to Jim. We love that we have classmates that stuck it out 50 years. And Becky Turner, that's a picture from when she was a teacher. That's what she told me when she sent it. And Mindy didn't have a picture from the high school yearbook, so that's the one she sent me from what she looked like in the 70s. And Pam, she did a great job going outside, so she didn't have to have all that glass reflection. I love that. She was on. Sue Walsh lives back east, and she can't come to the reunion, but she sent the picture and said she was shy in high school, but that was nice of her to send a picture. She enjoys Facebook. And Doug, of course, is with Valda, and he is probably at the birthday party as well.
Yep.
Oh, and I think there was some extra ones. I don't know if you have them on there, but yeah. Okay, Cheryl Knott, she just sent me a picture, so they have to be at the end. I alphabetized them in the beginning. She lives in Rancho Cucamonga.
I think you have her in here twice. Let me see.
No?
She's in there twice.
Right. Oh, well, I'll make sure I take her out twice. And then Joe Morgan, he lives in Riverside. I think he's on still, or maybe he was on earlier. I took that yesterday when we went to lunch. He lives in Riverside, right by Parkview. And Cynthia Garcia, she was on, and she sent me that today. So I got lucky.
That's the last one I got.
Okay. So the next one I have is Ross Van Camp. I have to put him on, and Don Burrus. I have to put him on. Anybody else that knows anybody else that hasn't done it? Anybody, you people like Dan Kirkpatrick, you people that haven't done it, send them to me and I will put you on. Julie Christinson, you didn't do it yet. I don't think you did. Janet Zehrt, Karen Kaigh, I got you. Evelyn Williams, I didn't get you. So please put yourselves into my two Josephs. I put it in the chat and I will put you on our group. That's about it.
Yeah, so anything else? It's 8:50 here. And it's, what is it?
And come to the reunion. That's a definite joy of fun. And oh, Laura's just doing so many fun things at and it'll be fun.
Don't mute yourself halfway through your sentence, but that's okay. So
I was just going to say, I want Laura to tell a few things about the picnic because she has some things planned.
Okay,
that'd
go ahead,
be fun.
Laura. Mute.
Okay, thanks. My granddaughter has to help me with that. This is her laptop. Usually our picnics, we just get together and have lunch and things like this. And you'll still be able to do that. The Citrus Park has barbecues. You can bring your own food and barbecue it. There's a Second Delia's just a few miles down the road from the Sunkist Center. And we're going to have games and prizes and all kinds of fun. And so if you can't make it to the Thursday night event, please try and come at least to the picnic so we can get a sight of your wonderful faces. And free parking at the picnic also.
Oh, good. I was going to ask if there was free parking. I thought it was paid, so you have to. It's free. Good.
No, we're picking up the bill for the class of 71. We are picking up your $5 charge, and we're also having a photo booth at the Thursday night thing, which will be a fun photo booth, and we're also having the drinks all paid by our class, and the photo booth is an extra bonus by our class because we had money left behind. So we're going to use it all up. So thank you for all the people that went to all the other reunions to afford us to give you free things this time.
Anybody else?
I want to tell you, Kathy Corson is sending wine. She does that a lot, and we're going to honor her with something special. She'll be coming down, and we're going to honor her with something special because she did the 40th reunion, and I think the 30th at the Mission Inn. She donated tons of wine from her winery. We were very blessed, and she wants to do 3 cases this time. So we're very blessed to have Kathy Corson.
What's the name of her winery?
Corson.
Corson.
Her last name? Yes.
But it's Corson Winery.
Spell it.
And which town is that in?
St. Helena.
Oh, okay. And Steve, where are you going to be staying? Oh, never mind, Larry.
Get back to Larry. Yes. Shh, don't, Larry. I'll tell Larry.
Okay, never mind. Never mind.
Secret. Yeah. Rancho Jurupa County Park. And I'll give you the site so you can come by and we can have more adult beverages. This is actually iced tea right now, but yeah. Anybody else?
Steve, could I ask Liz a quick question?
Oh, please. In fact, if everybody wants to unmute. I'm going to keep it on gallery view, and so you guys can talk across each other or chat, whatever you want to do. It's free form.
Hi, Liz. You mentioned that you go to Baja, and we also spend a lot of time in Baja, so I'm wondering where you go.
It's down below. It's down below Rio Negro, so it's in Baja Sur at what's it called?
So below.
It's by Mulahey.
Oh,
by Mulahey.
Bahia de Concepcion.
The Bay de Concepcion and Playa de Coco. Le Coco, I'm not so good with Spanish. Where do you go?
We have a house in La Ventana and El Sargento, south of La Paz, which is a windsurfing water sports area.
Nice. We have friends. Carrie and Miguel are building down there. Cool. Nice.
Nice.
Julianne, I will let Bob and Francie Pratt know that I saw you on Zoom.
I'm still in touch with Bob and Francie, and they're going to come visit me next winter.
Oh, great. Wonderful.
Yeah. Thanks for that, though, Gail. It's nice to see you.
Good to see you.
And so, Julianne, what's your maiden name?
Christinson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I didn't go by Julianne so much as Julie in high school.
Right. Yeah, she used to date Sandy Dunbar. You remember that?
A million years ago.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Tell her your last name.
No, she knows he made it. The Kindseth is Kindseth.
Oh, well, excuse me. Yeah. I'll fix the last
Yeah,
name.
Well, whatever.
Zehrt with a Z instead of an S. It's a backwards one.
Oh, that's so cute of Eric Tackett and his wife, Ruth. Oh, he just took it off. Eric, I was looking at the picture of you and your wife. That was cute.
Oh, yeah, I blacked out for a minute because my daughter was at the door and wanted to talk to me.
Oh, who I am.
You know those kids, they take up all your time.
I'll put her back up.
Over there.
Isn't that cute?
Lorrie.
That is.
Lorrie, I can give you my number now.
Oh, okay, go.
It's 951 313 7933. That's my cell.
Okay. Okay. Now everybody knows it.
And people will have to go through the video to get Cynthia's phone number. Yes, I'm sure she'll be swamped now with spam calls.
Oh no,
Lorrie, as you know, I married her when she was 17.
Wow.
I raised her like one of my own.
Oh, you're too funny. A happy wife is a happy life, and I know Ruth is a happy wife. I know that for a fact.
Yep, she is now. She's up with her mother in Washington State.
Okay, folks.
Okay.
Kim Lockwood, why didn't you send a picture with your cute little beard?
Hello. I just grew this for the last few weeks of COVID. I cleaned up to do some teaching, and
okay.
And I just got lazy again, but I can send you another one. I'm about ready to cut it off again.
No, that's okay. I have everybody in alphabetical order. Anybody else that sends it is the end of the line. They have to be at the bottom.
Could be anyhow.
I can't put them back in alphabetical order after I've already downloaded.
You used to be
but I
able
did
to.
tag everybody so you can have your picture for your Facebook.
The old Facebook allowed you to modify and move things around in an album.
Yeah, the new one doesn't.
And the new improved Facebook. No, that's a feature, not a bug.
These people, I mean, they think they have smartphones and they're the stupidest things I've ever seen. I'm sorry, but I'm not technically inclined and it's just stupid stuff. When they autocorrect, oh, that irritates me. You go to send your message and it autocorrects the stuff you're supposed to be saying because they think they know better. Oh, stupidest phones I've ever seen.
Oh, by the way, I will put in a plug for my son, Christopher, because he's the one who designed the then and now frame.
Yes.
For our class, and then I did.
Thank you. You did a great job.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Good job.
We appreciate that, Steve, that you shared with us.
Not a problem. You steal from us, I steal from you. So.
Okay. Well, we're going to have fun at the picnic, all of us.
So I'm about ready to pull a plug because I want to say that nature is calling, but I have no intent of putting something back in this mug. So.
And Laura can't unmute at all. Laura Donovan. What a bummer.
She's unable to speak.
Oh,
and I see that Mike Bussey dropped off. Mike Bussey was frustrated and dropped off.
It might have helped perhaps if you had exited and come back in. I didn't mention that before, so yeah, that could do it. But hey, we'll.
Oh well, we can talk to her at the reunion. She's already got her plane ticket and her hotel.
Yeah,
we're excited.
Okay. Thank you for all your work.
Make sure you all come because it's going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Lorrie.
Everybody, it was fun.
Thank you. Yes, it was. We'll try and get it online at the reunion. I don't know who's smart enough to do that, but maybe we'll invite Steve over and he can do that at the reunion. Get something online.
Wonderful. You invited me after the meal to watch your final program, but I don't think
you can come. You can come and figure it all out.
Yeah.
Mark Johnson is going to work the door for us, him and his fiance, and maybe he's technically inclined and he can help us. Well, also my husband. He's technically inclined. So we'll try and put it online for Karen Korn and the people that can't make it from the faraway places. Okay?
That would be wonderful.
That'd be great.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And everybody try and go to the website because it's a wonderful website and Eric did a great job.
Yes,
and you can see all the past reunions. It's a wonderful website. What's the name of it, Eric?
Ramona71.net.
Ramona71.net. Go to the website. Pass on the word. Okay.
Hey,
thank you, everybody. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve.
Bye.